to another brand new episode of SEN Live, the Tuesday edition, here on your lovely Tuesday morning. Hope you're having a good time. Thanks for joining us this morning or this afternoon or this evening, depending on when you're listening to us or watching us live here on the SEN Entertainment Network. We've got a lot of news to cover, a lot of things to go over, but let's meet everybody who is rolling through here. I'm sitting in for Christian Harloff, who is off handling some business. I am the outlaw John Rocha. Over there to my left is the Ben Goddard in there. How are you, Ben?
What's up, guys? How we doing today? We'll get into all the goodness in a second.
Yeah, I like that Ben's repping his religion with that cross hanging strong. I respect it. I respect it. RB3, how are you, brother?
Doing good. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So I'm still putting on my face, so you know.
Oh, that's right. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. We know it. Brett Sheridan, you were there coming there from your marital bed. How are you?
Good, good. I already put my red scalp on, so I'm ready to go.
Nice.
I got a real bad sunburn on my head by going to the beach and going out for 10 minutes under the umbrella. So.
And the birthday lady, I don't care if it's a day later, the birthday lady, Roxy Striar, how are you?
Would you like fries with that? I don't know, just waitress vibes all day.
I got it.
I'm doing okay. A little hungover. Go Rox.
Good.
Look at me. Just living it up. Woohoo.
I guess we did into more of that. And my man over there, Winston, repping for all the black flashes in the world. How are you, Winston Marshall? How are things?
I'm chilling. I apologize that my bed is not made today, people.
Look at that.
It is National Nude Day, so I was trying to figure out where I could put my guitar and my cowboy boots on and take a photo from my girlfriend. So I apologize. I had more important things to worry about than making my bed today.
6 months from now, you're actually going to move into that bedroom, so I like it. I like it. I'm looking
forward
to
it.
Wow, bitch! We got so much to get in. Hope you all are enjoying your Tuesday morning. Look, it's crazy out there in the world. Not going to deny it. We can't, walk away from it or hide it from our eyes. But hopefully we can be a respite or an oasis for you today and make you laugh, make you talk about movies, kind of put you back in touch with things that you enjoy and you love. We'll get into some news here in just a second. But always remember, Streamlabs, Superchats, Schmobot, all that stuff is what keeps us in existence, keeps us coming back every day to entertain you. So many of you have been talking about how much you loved all the people who've come back in rotation here, and the way to keep that happening is to send in your Streamlabs, your Super Chats, and your Schmobots. I think the Schmobot is on. Is it not, RB3? Or we wait until 10:30 for that one?
Oh, no, it's on. It's on.
Okay, it's on, so you can interrupt us anytime with whatever we're talking about. All right, please remember that. Goddard, take us away. What do we got first?
All right. First up, we got our topic, our headline story about the Matrix sequels. Matrix 4 is filming right now, and we had the director of the cinematographer, Bill Pope, is pretty well known with doing movies like Team America World Police, Army of Darkness, Bound, Clueless, Darkman,
Spider-Man
Baby
2.
Driver.
Sorry.
Yes, let me list his entire cinematography real quick. But he kind of came out about the latest Matrix sequels and how he felt about them. And he quoted, the Wachowskis had read this damn book by Stanley Kubrick that said, actors don't do natural performances until you wear them out. So let's get 90 takes. I want to dig Stanley Kubrick up and kill him. There is something about making a shoot that long, 276 days, that is mind-numbing and soul-numbing, and it numbs the movie. End quote. So it seems like, I don't want to say he's blaming Stanley Kubrick, but he's very not happy about he does talk about, like, after the first Matrix, there was a lot more pressure on these sequels than there was obviously on the first one. So how do you guys feel about this? Like, is it weird timing that he just kind of comes out of the woodwork and like slams his own movie and slams the Wachowskis a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems weird, doesn't it? I mean, the Wachowskis spent so much time trying to make this thing, and yeah, it didn't work. But in the end, it's amazing how we're still obsessed with why these two films didn't work, Reloaded and Revolutions. For the most part, there are people that defend certainly scenes within each of those movies, and there are some people that defend those movies. But overall, they're kind of seen as a negative situation. But it seems like they're blaming everything else except for the actual filmmakers who made these actual things overall. And blaming the dead Stanley Kubrick isn't really the right way to go, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
Agree to disagree.
Okay. And another thing about AI.
Yeah, come on.
I feel like artists can't be blamed and they can't be replicated. So it's no secret to anybody that I have never seen The Matrix. So this is not in specific regards to The Matrix, but I feel like I can liken this quote to, it's like if I learned everything I knew about painting from Picasso, and I was like, yo, eyes can't go inside the face. That's what Picasso taught me. No face has eyes or a nose inside of it. They've got to be on the outside. And then when people said, that doesn't look like a face, I said, Picasso, I'm going to dig him up and I'm going to kill him. Like, it just doesn't really make sense that because one artist, it works one way for them, that another artist would be like, ooh, must copy. And it didn't work? Crap, why?
What do you think, Winston? Do you buy Roxy Casso's logic here?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, friend. Thank you.
Enough said.
I mean, I don't know. Y'all kind of covered all the bases already. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of things in life that are imitated but never recreated, and you do the best you can, and you take on styles and stuff. But like,
Neo's Sweaty Balls donated $20. Wait. Bill Pope shot Team America? Weird comments by Pope though. Peter Jackson shot all 3 Lord of the Rings films over a year and a half, and it's all love. Also, I think I'm alone in loving all 3 Matrix films. Plus, the Animatrix is the best.
Well, it's funny.
No doubt.
It's funny, and I'm just going to jump in real quick here.
Please.
Going off of that, it's funny because he actually references the Hobbit series and his because he was doing a podcast with Roger Deakins, and obviously they're both all-time great cinematographers, but they had he had mentioned the fact that Peter Jackson has shot the Hobbits all back to back to back, and you can't really feel the love in there. So I think what is different about the first Lord of the Rings series and the Hobbits is that there was excruciatingly planned out for the first series of films, so that when the second, so that when the Hobbits came out, it wasn't as planned. Like, it was more of improvising since he was stepping in for Guillermo del Toro. But listen, in terms of the overall quotes overall, there's a lot to unpack. Like with the Stanley Kubrick thing, for example, right? They mentioned how Bill Pope also have never worked with David Fincher, and David Fincher is also notorious for doing the multiple takes. And I think it's just different strokes for different folks. Like, I think Kubrick's directorial style doesn't necessarily work for everybody, but then again, like, the Wachowskis are probably trying to try something a little different, especially since they had a lot more time and a lot more money and a lot more of a budget. Ultimately, though, it just didn't seem to work out. I don't think the script for The Matrix 2 and 3 was necessarily conducive to a, quote, natural performance. So I don't know why will be the point for doing 90 takes and stuff like that. So I don't know. For me as a director, I kind of look at it like, like the Wachowski siblings were just coming off of a huge hit with The Matrix. Kubrick died in 1999, which is the same year that The Matrix came out. So they they probably, from some ego perspective, they probably felt like, we have to carry on this brand of filmmaking and importance.
Swaggy_Ghost donated $20.
Thank
drip,
you.
drip, 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 drip. Make SEN swag again. Winston Marshall for Permanent Host 2020. This announcement was paid for by friends and fans of swag. And yes, Jasper, the swaggy ghost of all. And happy belated Roxy and Rocha. How was 1820 when you're 29?
Jesus, this guy.
Wow,
got everything in.
Wow,
that was great.
That's actually best $20 you ever spent, Winston. Jesus, that's fantastic.
Hey man, because I'm out here dropping $20 to anybody right now. I mean, I agree, and I think the biggest thing for me, just from the acting side of things, is like, if you're making me do 90 takes, I'm fighting your bitch ass when this is over, because like, I don't that to me is bullshit. That you get a natural performance after 90. Well, I'd say it in the sense that, like, typically for me personally, that first take is probably going to be the most natural unless I just completely bone it. Then there's a period kind of in between that are going to be probably shit because I'm overthinking it. And then there is a point maybe around take 9, maybe, that all of a sudden I've probably resettled back in and we're good. So either the first or near the last. But if you're genuinely doing that many takes, that's not helping anybody. Well, at a certain point, it's not.
Yeah, and you got to look at the casting situation, right? Who are you casting in your films? And if you're casting well, you don't need to do 90 takes with them. Look, the Cinephiles, that's something Steve and I host. We talk about a classic film every week and get into it. And some of these directors in their history, like Charlie Chaplin, 170 takes, 200 takes sometimes for one scene. You do the research. Hitchcock, same thing. Their idea was that actors, once all their walls are down, they're totally exhausted, then supposedly you get a really natural, authentic, raw performance. But a lot of actors nowadays are already trained to bring their best on the first or second take because they don't want to cost the studio money. They want to roll in and out of there. They want to get on with their days, get on with their lives. They don't want to stay on a set for 276 days. But then again, you're also at the whim of the director. You're always at the whim of the director or directors in this case. So you're kind of in their hands, and there's only so much power you have in this situation. You know, I don't know. They just come up with all kinds of excuses.
What my question is, because I actually didn't mind I mean, I didn't love the second two, but I was just, I wasn't a professional movie reviewer like I am now. As a casual movie reviewer back then when I saw them when they came out. But was the acting the issue that people had with these films, or was it the storyline?
No.
I thought so that's why I'm confused why the acting is being brought up right now, because I think it was the story that people a lot of had issues with, and that element. So
this might surprise you, Brett, but sometimes production blame the actors and the actors blame production. This might surprise you, Brett. This happens in Hollywood or anything, any business.
But to go back to what Roxy was saying about not blaming the filmmaker, I think to some extent Bill Pope was kind of blaming the Wachowskis a little bit.
Yes, he was.
I think he was kind of saying, like, it's their fault. They read the stupid book and it kind of made the production terrible. Not to mention that the story was all over the place. And I'm sure that kind of burned his relationship with them. He's not even shooting Matrix Part 4. So that's right. That's big stuff. And I think that for somebody, again, people don't know who Bill Pope is. I personally consider Bill Pope, if Roger Deakins is like number one working right now, I consider Bill Pope a close number two. I think he's one of the best of all time ever working. And he probably felt like, and to me, The Matrix is one of his crowning achievements, but he probably felt like, he had such a hard time working on the sequels for it that he just didn't even feel like, he kind of felt burned throughout the whole thing. So
yeah, and shout out to Roger Deakins hosting a podcast at 71 years old. There's hope for me yet. 71 years old. You keep doing it till then.
That is one guy I just want to get a beer with. He seems like the coolest person ever. Like, Roger Deakins is like obviously a genius and like a Hall of Fame artist, but he just seems also like a guy you could literally just get a pint with someday.
Oh, a pint. I like it.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Nice. International over here.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
Yeah, guys, today, real quick before we go on, today is a lighter news day. We've got a few more stories, and then we really are depending on you through Schmobots or Streamlabs to come up with, we always do like the second hour topic, but we might start a little bit earlier because, we're 10 minutes into the show and we've only got two more stories left, basically. So I'll keep looking stuff up, but really I'll be scanning Streamlabs and Superchats for your story suggestions. So please, I
have a song about that, Ben. If you want Winston and I to stay employed on this show, you will send in your super chats and your Streamlabs, or we're gone. Brett only has a job still because the rest of us are
gone. Yes, thank you, Roxy.
My Tuesday morning rendition of "Keep Us Here."
Brett, show your tunes.
Oh no!
I don't remember you there when I was building out the studio for free. And I don't remember seeing anybody else hanging curtains and hanging TVs.
That's because they didn't call the black man. Christian Harloff didn't want to look like he was promoting free black labor.
Oh boy! Boom! That's fun. That's fun.
Forget about women, am I right?
Yeah.
Or Latinos.
Anything you can do, I can do.
We're still in this country too, All right, let's move on to our next thing.
Yeah, enjoy that white privilege, Brett.
Yeah, Brett.
We have the Latinos.
So fun, guys. Good job, guys. What a song.
Max,
I got the Spanish version.
Go ahead.
Max Barbacow's film. Oh, there we go.
$20. Found some money in my birthday card. Here is to keeping your jobs and keeping you all from singing. Roxy, happy birthday as well. Here is to another trip around the sun with you schmucks. Can't wait for live events so I can meet you people in real life.
Oh, thank you so much, Davishka. Yeah,
same. Looking forward to it. Yeah,
I love that Davishka calls us schmucks and we all went, aw.
Yeah. I preferred over shitwads, assholes, like, whatever nickname Christian and Brett came up while none of us were here.
They were so endearing.
But yeah, Palm Springs, the latest Hulu original movie with Andy Samberg and Kristen Milioti, directed by Max Barbacow, has broken all the Hulu viewing records. In the last 3 days, it has pulled in more views than any other film on Hulu in the same time period. The film has also generated the highest social media interest for any Hulu original film to date and was the most discussed Hulu original film on Twitter over its first 3 days. Have you guys seen it?
Yes.
What do you think about it? Do you want
Loved
another?
it.
Watched it last night.
Ooh, do I want another? No, unless it's completely different people.
But like, no, like, does it make you more comfortable with like Hulu original?
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
But Amazon Prime has gotten its, Oscars. Netflix gotten its
Right.
Oscars, stuff like that.
This is the weird thing because it debuted in Sundance, then Neon and Hulu bought it. So it was like Neon and Hulu like supported it and put money into it. Neon and Hulu bought it after they saw it in Sundance in January.
It was the highest acquisition in Sundance history.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Absolutely, yeah, and it's
You know
fantastic
how much it
stuff.
went for?
$17 million.
17 million.
And
So,
it was
I mean, it was
a $5
worth
million budget, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It's fantastic. And Christina Milioti should be on the short list for any project you got going on. She is so
That's exactly
damn
what I
good in that
said.
movie, right?
What
So
was it?
good.
Yeah.
What was this again?
Palm
I'm sorry.
Springs with Andy
Yeah,
Samberg.
Yeah.
It's
My
kind of
brain.
like a Groundhog Day, but there's a twist on it, and it's actually a really inventive twist, and it's fun to watch. And J.K.
And
Simmons is great in it as well.
Also,
Can I ask
Rocha,
a question?
I don't think people should pitch it like that.
Okay.
Because that me telling that to my wife kind of ruined the first beginning of the film. So, but
the
I
trailer,
get that
but
It's
people
in
yeah,
the
all right.
trailer.
I know, but if you don't know that, it's actually. I'm not saying you did anything bad.
Okay.
They say it right there in the description, but I think that could have been kept maybe because the first part of it, if you know that, you're kind of going, oh, I get, But I thought it was really fun, and I had some point I was trying to make after that. But she's like, oh, why did you tell me it was this? Because I wouldn't have.
Garrett_AM_Lee donated $20.
Thank you,
F
Garrett.
that last guy. This is to keep you singing. Happy birthday again, RJ. I hope you had a fun time. When are you gonna watch that Matrix Blu-ray?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it. Never. At some point. At some point, I'm not telling you. Wow, has anybody ever sang and laughed at the same time?
Yeah. That's the Ariana Grande flow right there. I like it.
My ponytail's high
Yeah,
enough.
it's perfect.
You got the ponytail and everything right now.
All you need is
That's-
someone to carry you into the chair and carry
I was
you
gonna
out
say-
like a
Roxy, go off
baby.
camera and get some big old hoops in right now, and then you're
Oh,
good to go.
Yeah.
usually I will say usually they're in arm's length. I do see them on the counter right there though. So
If-
Alright.
if we get a big enough Streamlabs, I might go grab those hoops. You
Yeah,
don't
get
know.
those hoops.
Good
I was
pitch,
also
good
gonna say
pitch.
we could do it in the opposite. I was gonna say I can lip sync Roxy, but maybe I'll lip sync for Roxy, and then she can get the hoops on. And whichever way y'all want to do it.
That's
Or
cool,
you
too.
wear the hoops, Roxy
Oh, hell yeah.
sings, Rocha dances. Now, I have a question, Roxy. Are you not watching The Matrix because so many people have told you to watch The Matrix, kind of like Christian in The Thing? Is it gotten to the
You
point where
rebelling?
it's just like, now I'm not going to do it because so many people have told me? Or...
It feels like a to-do. Like at this point, it feels like a to-do.
I got
You know,
that.
it's not a casual movie that I'm just going to put on and then not tell anybody I watched it at this point. So there's just so much hype around it, and I don't like to report back to. I don't like to report back to anybody. Okay.
You should
I
do
gotcha.
a watch along on your channel. I
Boom.
bet you would get great views.
So I set a goal back after being fired from one of the 3 jobs that I've been fired from this year. I think it was the Collider one. But I was trying to get to a certain amount of on my YouTube channel, and I said if I get to this point, I will watch it, and I didn't. So I didn't.
But you have subsequently gotten
happened.
past that point, haven't you? I feel
Yeah,
like you've
since
got-
then, but I was like, okay, if in the next 3 months we get to this point, but we didn't. So I got to keep using it as incentivized.
That's like when I promised on SEN that if I got to 1,000 subs, I'd wear clown makeup, and we had 998, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing it.
Well, they did not hit 1,000. Roxy
That's
is out
people's
here
problem.
lying to the
It was
people.
clear.
I don't.
It's very
I do have
clear.
to ask a question though.
Okay.
Is Groundhog Day such a pop culture icon that literally any other movie that ever does a repeating day thing, that's what we have to call it, a Groundhog Day with aliens like Edge of Tomorrow, a Groundhog Day with horror like, Happy Death Day, a Groundhog Day in Palm Springs, like is it such a staple of culture that we need to do that? Like it's the only thing.
It's the Die Hard of repeat movies. It's
Yeah.
the Die Hard of it's the one people always reference.
I mean, you got to think of it in the same way that like there have been other like teams of 4 that have been great. I mean, like the 4 elements, but we don't say that. We say who's your Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? Like like when you say who is the greatest of all time, you say, who's the Michael Jordan of that field? It's just whoever comes first and kind of sets that tone. That's just what it's referred to, unless you give me a goddamn reason to really change it. And in this case, Groundhog Day is the one that originated it and did it so well. Unless you have a movie that it, like, makes Groundhog Day irrelevant.
Yeah, something better than Groundhog Day.
I think Palm Springs is better than Groundhog Day.
Really? Really?
Yes.
Dosey Red 2 donated $20. Random question: has anybody watched Brian Fuller's Hannibal series? I just binged it for the first time, and Mads Mikkelsen might be my favorite iteration of the character, and I'm sad it got cancelled. Also, happy birthday, Roxy. Bring back Roxy Raps.
Yo. Yo.
Oh no, here we go.
No.
Timestamping
No.
this.
So, if we did our own Groundhog Day, then we could all repeat what we say, because that's the premise of the movie, yeah. And now I'm gonna say, ta-da.
What?
RB3's face is my favorite thing about that response. Like, I was already thinking certain things. RB3 was like...
The RCR Press donated $20. Wanted to say happy 20th to this Man franchise. I feel like that first
X-Men.
Man was the spark of the past 20 years of comic book movies. It's grounded, mature, and has some of the best casting choices. X2 is watershed in the history of comic book movies.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
people talk
X3
about Iron
happened.
Man so much about building the MCU, but if 2000's X-Men doesn't come out of the box and completely revolutionize the superhero genre, and then X2 doubles upon it, then there's no... I don't think we've got what we've got now. Like, if people want to go back to the other films, Batman, 89, Superman, 78, but this is the one that really changed everything and hit the generation at the right time. So we've had the next 20 years of superhero movies.
As long
and
as you
TV
never
shows.
try to do a pretend recasting of something, you'll be fine.
Wow. Sniper hot and heavy this morning. Yikes. Somebody got laid last night. Hello. All right. Brett.
Oh, wow.
You're a piece of shit, Brett.
I believe that to be true. Do you guys see
Vagina
that
Brick
movie?
donated $20. Roxy is incredible. Hey Roxy, much like you, my girlfriend is a very strong, independent woman. She doesn't like to ask for help. She's going through some stuff right now, and I'm giving her space and trying to keep up with housework. Any other advice to help? Patricia Betts donated $20.
Oh, jeez.
Hey crew.
Wow.
Happy belated birthday, Roxy. I have the next 2 days off after my crazy week. I need an escape. What is everyone's favorite lesser-known fantasy movie or TV show? I did the CBS All Access free week to watch Korea. It was good.
Which one? Which one?
Korea?
Did it mean Korra, maybe?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, Korra.
Yeah.
Maybe Korra,
Because we talked
Roxy,
about that a little bit yesterday, right?
What's your advice, Roxy, for
Well,
this guy?
it's tough with when you're dating somebody who's very independent, because like they don't need you, but they do want you, and so it's a choice to be with you. So I think just knowing that you are wanted, but maybe not in every single second of every day, and to remember that they're still like a human being, so you can ask questions like, "Hey, would this be helpful?" Or, "Hey, can I do this thing to make your life a little easier?" Because they might not ask for help, because typically we don't. So maybe just offering support, and if they turn it down, they turn it down, and doing what you can. I think that Brett, as a married man, you probably have some experience with this as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, my wife's strong as hell, and you give them their space when they want it. You know, this has especially been difficult because she got to go to work and be away from everybody, and we all separated, and now we're just all in the same house together. So what you said about giving your girlfriend space, that's the perfect thing you can do right now for each other, because we don't have a lot of space.
Yeah,
But in space, there's a lot of space. Wally quote.
My girl's pretty independent on her. All you do is you just let her know you're around, but take care of you. Focus on you. Do on you. Don't let her think that you need her. That's the biggest thing. Like she's gonna feel pressure from that. Just do your thing. Handle your business. Check in with her. Make sure she's okay. See if she needs anything, and then keep doing you. The smartest thing you can do is just keep doing you. Just keep checking in with her, and if she needs you, she'll let you know. That's the smartest thing, I think.
And the other thing I would say too is if you look at any, like I'm a fat ass, so I'm gonna use food as a metaphor here. If you look at any great meal, like a steak and potatoes,
I love where this
fries, like a fish and chips. You know what I'm saying? You don't need the chips, you don't need the fries, you don't need the potatoes. I realized I just named all potato foods, and my girlfriend's gonna. But the point is,
carb loading.
It's but that's the thing that like rounds out the meal. So if she's good and she's got her steak, she's got her burger, she's got her fish, like that might be all she needs. But you know, be the fries, my dude. So like if you know she's good and she's got her space, bring her. If you know her favorite tea is something, hey babe, I know you're reading your book. I just brought you some tea, and then walk away.
Stuff.
Yeah,
so that's the kind of shit you do, just that adds to her life instead of making her feel like there's more coming in on her.
that's the best. Like, and you can do free shit also. Like you could write a little sticky note and post it on the fridge, or you could, you know what's great? Cleaning. Everybody's happier in a clean space. So if she walks out into the living room and the couch looks really nice and the floors have been swept, that's dope. You did something awesome that like is better for people's energy. So yeah. Definitely, but even the fact that you're asking shows that you are on the right step, on the right track for sure.
Listen, don't forget to vacuum. That's a cue.
Yeah,
Hashtag,
always vacuum.
Hashtag be the fries.
Dust before you vacuum, though.
$20. Yo, Roxy, how about you do a Matrix movie watch along? Just the first movie. Come on, girl, do it for us fans. You won't regret it because it's an awesome movie and you'll get plenty of tips. Do it. Come on.
Yes.
Oh, and hi, Brett.
Oh, hello. Do not tell Roxy what to do, goddammit.
Totally,
maybe ask her nicely.
Totally, maybe, but like, you know, am I gonna like it? Everybody says like yes, but am I?
You will. The first one you'll definitely like. Also, I'm pissed because this is how you know they be listening. I just finished my metaphor about the burger and fries, right? Why the fuck I get a message from the Wendy's app being like, don't forget to make it a combo. Like legit. Like, look, there's Wendy's right there.
You have your Wendy's app notifications on? That's what I want to know about.
I forgot to turn them off. I just downloaded the app so I could order.
Has an app.
Wendy's has an app and you have push notifications on your phone?
Bitch, they just automatically turn on when you download the app, all right? I didn't fucking do it on purpose.
I'm starting to understand your girl's point of view on this one.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, Winston, it's all right. I got my Carl's Jr. coupons right here. I'm old school. I still got the paper coupons.
Yeah, old man, and I have you by a month. I don't even fucking understand how this happened. By a month, what, like 4 days, whatever.
I don't even feel bad for you right now.
Fantasy series? Was
that fantasy series. Nice, Brett. Nice.
There's like 4 topics that we kind of pushed over, by the way.
Well, I'm curious. I get very confused on this. Surprise, surprise. Roxy's confused. I get confused about what is considered a fantasy series at this point. Because, like, do you have to have dragons and, you know, be a Game of Thrones? Or do you guys consider, like, is The Leftovers a fantasy series?
Not in my mind, no, but it
Last
could be.
of
You
Us?
can make
I mean, you can make an
not
argument.
The Last of Us. The Leftovers.
Leftovers,
What did I
yeah.
just say?
Leftovers. Sorry, I heard
Yeah,
Last of Us.
HBO.
You could
show,
definitely make a big argument for that.
Yeah.
If it's not of this world, is that fantasy?
I put
I think you can
fantasy
make a case
more
for
as like not swords and sandals, but like almost like medieval type stuff with mythical creatures.
magic?
Yeah. Like you know, like is Bright a fantasy story?
don't know.
Yes,
Don't
that's-
watch it, but
Yeah.
is it fantasy?
That's
modern
fantasy.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because fantasy sci-fi, I feel like go together very often, but sometimes you're sci-fi, not actually fantasy. But what is that line?
What's that series that was on Netflix with the puppets from the 80s?
I was just about
Dark
to say
Crystal.
that Dark Crystal. That was my recommendation. Like it kind of went under the radar. I really, really enjoyed it.
Is this just movies or series?
Is it series? Because she mentioned Korra.
Yeah.
Which I would consider fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, going back to Roxy, I might consider Leftovers more sci-fi, actually.
All right.
But that's just my opinion. Just after thinking about it a little bit more.
Is there a
think
religion
so,
angle
too.
to it?
There's a religion angle to it, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go off Dark Crystal and go Fraggle Rock.
Oh man, I don't hate that.
I'm gonna say American Gods on Stars. I haven't watched. I believe there's 3 seasons. I only watched the first 2, but I thought it was really amazing. Or I think there's 2 seasons, so I only watched the first one. But I thought it was really amazing where they were going with that show.
How about The Witcher? The Witcher's on there, right?
Oh yeah,
Witcher?
Witcher's on Netflix.
It's a Netflix thing.
Man, I just don't really.
I tried with The Witcher. I couldn't get past the second episode.
Bro,
My wife was so excited to see it, and she didn't dig it.
Yeah.
Emma Fife is like a Witcher stan. Like she has watched it like 4 times or something. Like it's crazy.
I like the originals. That's the Vampire Diaries spin-off, and it's really, really good and dark and twisted. And it was a CW show, but it definitely pushed the boundaries. It was very sexy too. I
heard good things about the Magicians. I heard good things about the Magicians.
Yes, that was gonna be my answer. I only watched the first season just because I got busy by the time the second one dropped. But that first season was phenomenal. I just don't personally really like fantasy stuff. Like I got into Game of Thrones, but like it took me like 3 watches of the pilot to do so because I don't really like fantasy.
What about the Sopranos pilot? Did you see?
I haven't seen Sopranos.
No, that's definitely fantasy. That's all fantasy.
I was just gonna say True Blood. There you go. That's fantasy.
Yeah, True Blood.
I fucking love True Blood.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
What were you gonna say,
Roxy, can you send me your list of sexy shows that I can have my wife watch?
Be the prize, son. Be the prize. Get her all the fantasy shows.
Yeah.
No, it depends on if you like butt, because Sons of Anarchy still, gosh.
We never caught that.
Oh, Rocha. This is taking us back to the Washington Thick, bro. Washington Thick.
Bow, bow, bow. That's gonna be the new.
Anarchy was solid, and then like the creator was like, how brutal and how many shit words can I put into this FX show without it being an HBO show?
I gotta watch Sons of Anarchy. I haven't watched that and Justified. Those are the 2 that are all my blind spots, and I really want to watch those 2.
Booty.
Justified is amazing.
I'm writing it down, Rox.
Booty.
You got
Bow tie.
Booty.
All right. So unfortunately, guys, the last story we have today is all.
Did we even
negative.
finish Palm Springs though? Like, we finished the Palm Springs? I don't know.
Do it.
I just wanted to say it sucks, but that's all I wanted to say.
Oh,
damn!
You thought it sucked?
Shots.
I don't know if it sucked, but it was just cookie cutter to me. Like I didn't really see anything like that great about
RB3,
it. Like,
RB3, you said it sucked, and then Rocha said it sucked, and you said, I don't know if it sucked. Wait, did it suck or did it not suck?
it sucked to me. I can see how people don't think it sucks, but like it sucked to me. I thought it was just a normal white people cookie cutter time movie or whatever. Like it didn't add anything to me. It was nothing like groundbreaking. In fact, I saw it twice. I saw it in the drive-in theater. Salute to the drive-in, Mission Tiki, and then I saw it. Again on Hulu, and I was like, okay, maybe I missed something in the drive-in. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I watched it again. And it was like, oh, it was just him chilling on a slice of pizza. Like that's something original and inventive. Like
I haven't seen it. Are you spoiling it?
No, that's the first. That's literally the first scene. So I don't know. Like it's just to me. Like it doesn't really. There's nothing that elevates it beyond just being a normal movie to me.
You didn't look here like clow.
You didn't like the.
Hey,
what about Christina?
Clow.
What about Kristen? Did you like her? Kristen Milioti? Did you think she was good?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good characters, good acting. I just didn't think it was like. I don't know what the inventive thing is. Like I called exactly what was going to happen in the first 5-10 minutes. Like
really,
it wasn't like that. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me. But I think Edge of Tomorrow, I mean, people compare it to Edge of Tomorrow. I think Edge of Tomorrow is totally different, totally radical. Just something totally new. To me, this was just like a normal rom-com with a little bit of Groundhog's Day. But even then, it's like we already saw Groundhog's Day. We already saw Edge of Tomorrow. We already saw that kind of movie before. So
I think I can agree with RB3 on this one. I mean, I enjoyed it just because it was just an easy thing to take in. It was 90 minutes long, which was wonderful for an old fella. But it kind of was just an easy, light-hearted thing in
what's wrong with that though?
In the
like,
world.
Why is that
that's what I liked about it, and
I was
that's
gonna
why.
Say, like,
I didn't think it broke any grounds or anything like that. I can see what he's saying, but yeah, I mean, I just thought it was.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't get the Oscar talk. I don't get the
Oscar
biggest.
talk.
I don't
get that either.
I don't get the biggest acquisition at Sundance. Like I don't get it. I think there's many Sundance movies that are probably a lot better. I don't know. So that's just me.
Oh my God!
Maybe they saw. Maybe. Are you all right?
Are you okay? I don't smoke, but I need a cigarette. I have a fever after that rendition. I might have COVID now. I need to go get tested. Like RP3 just set my world on fire. I ain't seen Palm Springs yet, but I'm so hyped, son of a cloud.
That's how I felt about the Old Guard. I did not like that one.
I haven't watched it yet, so you didn't like it, huh?
I've heard good and bad. Yeah. That was...
Yeah.
All I can say is that there are Suicide Squad choices of music cues in the Old Guard, and it's rough.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah. Music cue choices.
What's the other one that came out?
Arc?
Oh, yeah, Tom Hanks. What?
Arc on Netflix. It was the Groundhog's Day Netflix original movie. It was 2016 with Robbie Amell. Did any of you guys watch that?
I didn't watch that. No.
Huh. Well, then never mind. Good combo.
Well, just
Russian
like Netflix.
Doll is on Netflix, and that's kind of like the same thing from what.
Oh yeah, the series. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that was good.
I gotta watch that
Groundhog
too.
Day too.
Natasha Leon.
Yeah.
Those are showing my knowledge. I'm very trivia savvy. In case you guys didn't know.
I know.
Uncle_Tepfer donated $20. This is the ultimate crew.
Hey.
I moved to LA 2 years ago to write/direct my own films and can't wait for the day you guys review one of mine. Happy belated to Roxy, my birthday is today. I'll be at Rainbow in WeHo tonight. Drinks on me.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully they got a patio, and that's a perfect segue.
Yeah.
Because California's closing again. Yay!
Yeah, man.
So
we
Get
talked
out!
about that.
What?
I didn't know we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we? I guess there was 28 cinema locations open in California, and they are completely closed.
Yeah.
I think that includes drive-ins. It says
really?
almost all of which are smaller independent drive-ins. The vast majority of state cinema aren't planning to reopen July 31st, and Tenet was supposed to be August 12th. Nolan's still going to open Tenet August 12th. That's still happening.
He's going to open his backyard. This is what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He's going to get people into his backyard. Chris! Don't open the movie, Chris. For God's sakes.
I thought drive-ins were still open, so no
that's
drive-ins?
weird.
I just went to drive-in last Saturday, but I don't know. They
I had a haircut appointment for tomorrow, so and that's no longer happening.
Yeah, show him your hair. Show him that bushy thing you got on top. Look at that thing.
This
Bro,
went
I'm
down
sorry.
yesterday.
I'm sorry, Ben Goddard. That's sexy as fuck, bro.
Yeah, I like your hair a lot like that, Ben. Just saying.
You making me question a lot of things. That looks dope.
It starts the rumors. Ben, Winston, and I are in a threesome. It's really good hair. It's really
the internet is not ready for that OnlyFans account.
We're a throuple. It's fine.
Yikes.
That OnlyFans account would be fucking ridiculous.
Anyway, you made an appointment with your hairdresser?
Yeah, I had an appointment tomorrow, and it's no longer happening. So like hair salons are closed. I know bar patios are still open. Like that's like the loophole that you can dine outdoors. So I would be surprised if drive-ins are still closed because I feel like that's a pretty like self-quarantine activity. Itself.
Are you back? Are you not working again, or is it?
I worked on Saturday, and I was just doing like service bar. Like I was just making drinks for the servers. Like I had, I think, 2 customers walk in real quick, grab a drink, and then walk back outside. And I was totally okay with that. Like I don't want to see people. I don't want to serve people. I don't want to talk to people. Like, but how are we feeling about this, guys? Is it a frustrating thing, like having like kind of the world open back up before we're ready, and then it closing back
Samir
down again?
$20. Booty.
Samir.
Booty. Booty. Hi, Brett.
You know what that was? That was about that Washington Thick, yo.
That's right.
Y'all, if y'all don't watch, y'all need to go and see John Rocha's Game Time on Outlaw Nation with myself and Mr. J. Washington. Ooh, them Washington Thick. What y'all know about that, though?
The Redskins, the Washington Thick, THICC. About them, what kind of what that would look like, and what kind of cheerleaders we'd have. It was good, and the logo would be just 2 peaches like this. Just
do it like this, and like because part of it too is, and Roxy, correct me if I'm wrong here, because you are a lady football fan. Well, no, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, so yeah, here we go. Yeah,
every lady that I know that watches football, whether she actually likes football or not, is all about them football players' asses.
Ooh.
Like every single girl I know is like, God damn, you see number 32, the way he be running that ball.
100%. I mean, it's a little challenging with some of the pads to know what you really got going on down there, but at the same time,
Wonder butt, exactly. Like wonder balls, wonder butt. You're not sure.
My wife started watching a lot of soccer recently too.
Oh yeah. The jerseys now, Brett, are like So tight for the dudes now in soccer. You can see the like.
I'm like, why are we going to Galaxy game before COVID? Why are we going to so many Galaxy soccer?
You can see the little bumps around the nipple. They're so tight on those
also,
jerseys.
I don't know if y'all see the chat, but all the ladies in the chat are like, hell yeah.
I meant to text you this when last night rolled over 11 o'clock at night. Rolled over on my bed. I was like, babes, Winston said, when you watch football, are you looking, because she's a Patriots fan, when you watch football, do you watch these dudes' butts? And she's like, yes, man. Of course, man. I mean, that's what, and I went on about, like, she went down the line of what Patriots' butts were the best. And when I was like, my mouth just slowly dropping open.
Why do you think that Gronk did so well for himself?
The nightstand turns on. She opens up her iPad. She's like, let's go over this.
It's like Vince Wilfork. And it's like all these dudes rolling in.
Wilfork.
Bro,
right? Those overalls.
It's literally.
Wait, we should save this for the second half discussion. So 11 o'clock, send in your Streamlabs, your
Send in your
Superchats.
biggest booty NFL players.
Yeah, my favorite comment by far was Larry Fitzgerald, first all-team donk. Like,
Sapp was no slouch though. Sapp had booty.
I'm saying, man, and like, and to be honest with you, it's so funny. I think this is another example of dudes just being blind to shit because we're dumb as fuck. We're out here being like, yeah, she like. It's not to say that there aren't ladies that love like the actual sport. There's plenty that do. Sure. We're out here being like, so, you out here watching it with me, and she's like,
So we're stupidly sneaking glances at cheerleaders, and they're full on watching butts on the television with no shame.
I'm not stupid. That's why I watch a lot of shows that I don't enjoy. hey, whatever gets the job done. I
love it. And we're not going to objectify them. They're great players. I'm sure they're intelligent people.
Some of them, they've been hit a lot of times.
I was going to say, their brains are probably mushed, you know. All their brain went into their butts.
Look at Roxy getting ready to be like an ex-NFL caretaker. Like, I got you, baby. I know you're gonna hit a lot. Like,
also, I mean, some of them say N-words at country shows. Others quote Hitler quotes. I don't know if
now you're sliding in. I
don't know if they're that smart, bro. I'm just gonna be
really good point.
And neither of those players probably have good booties. We'll say that.
Yeah. That's fair.
If you guys were wondering if Edelman sent me a bottle at a table once, the answer is yes.
How's his ass though? That's the question. I don't really care about the bottle. Like,
legitimately phenomenal. Have you seen that thing?
No, I haven't. That's why I asked you the question.
It's hard to be a football player and not have a great ass.
It's all because it's a lot of the pushback. So there's a lot of like you're using your hamstrings and
they've got that muscle booty thing going.
Yeah, you got some sloppy
high muscle booties.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was Edelman the one that had the crazy ex-girlfriend rant on Instagram, or was that Danny Amendola? Because I remember
that was Amendola. Edelman was the one that won the Super Bowl, and that chick decided to Snapchat him.
I remember that.
Ooh, that was no. Yeah.
I just got a text from Christian. He said, "Move on from football player butts."
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, I apologize. Let's move on next. Wait, California is shutting down. Let's talk about depressing shit.
Yeah, let's keep it light, like shutting down. The one that I found.
Stop making things lighthearted. We're in the middle of the shit.
Lightheartedness of the list of things they were counting off. I was like, card rooms? I go, what's a card room?
Yeah, what's a card room? I thought that too,
Did you
Brett.
see that? I was like, what?
Is that like, hello? Oh, yes, come on in.
Here's your card.
Card rooms and the speakeys are closed. You'll never catch me, though, Copper.
Man, there's nothing I wish more than I could have that sound bit of Rocha right now, man. Like,
what David says so bad. So bad.
I wish that.
He ain't got no booty. David ain't got booty. The card room, they're like, oh, that cube's not big enough. That ice cube's not big enough for the card room. Oh, man.
We have 950 people watching and only 277 likes.
Come on, guys.
Make sure you guys hit the like button and get those Streamlabs in. I'm going to be scrolling through them looking for a topic for the second hour.
Yeah.
I've got one more thing that might be interesting. An uncut version of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho is coming to the United States as a part of the Alfred Hitchcock Classics Collection. Oh, man, say that 5 times fast.
The
Alfred Hitchcock Classic Collection's new box set on 4K.
Yeah.
The 4-film set released by Universal Studios Home Entertainment features Rear Window, Vertigo, Psycho, and The Birds, along with hours of bonus features, as well as the original uncut version of Psycho for the first time ever.
Wow.
I don't know what's an uncut version of Psycho. Rocha, you were on set. What's the uncut version of Psycho?
Well, I think the shower scene went on way longer than people remember. That's just way longer. There was a subplot with Norman Bates' brother that they cut out. Then there was stuff with his aunt. There was a lot. There was really a lot that Hitchcock had run. What are you talking? The film is fine. Who is asking for an extra footage of Psycho? It just doesn't. The film is really maybe the greatest film he's directed, top to bottom, like just across the board. Just such a tight, smart film.
Yeah, Psycho is largely considered the most written about movie of all time. Is definitely, I think, an all-time horror classic, psychological thriller classic. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing an extended version of it because I don't know what new footage they could come up with after 60 years of it coming out. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I just want that whole box set because somebody on the show donate some money for me to just for that box set because I'd really love it. It's
a pretty good box set, honestly.
Yeah.
How much is the box set?
Yeah, we'll
probably a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, did anyone? Because I remember that was such a big thing when it came out. Did anyone buy the Infinity Saga from Marvel, like that $500 thing?
No. There's a small baby part of me that's tempted because in this whole moving process, like when you're sans internet or like there were outages in this part of the valley for like a couple weeks, where they would just go out for 8 hours at a time and then you can't do anything. There's a small part of me that thinks about it, but also I don't need more clutter in my life. And honestly, I know people are saying you should hold on to your physical media, but there's a small part of me that's like, I don't need more things.
I just hated that it was like, I mean, I get it, but it sucked that you were paying for a 4K and a Blu-ray for each movie. It's just like, I just want a Blu-ray. Like, I tweeted, I was like, if anyone has the MCU thing, like all the MCU movies, and wants to sell me their Blu-rays for like $200, I'll buy those off you, and then you can go get the Infinity Saga because I don't want 4K. It's like they're too expensive, man. Rocha, I know you're a big 4K guy. Is it that big of a difference?
Yes.
Is it that huge?
It is. For me, it is because I'm super anal about that kind of stuff.
Uncle _Tepfer donated $20. Yes, Ben, the patio at Rainbow is open. I'm not a knucklehead. Thanks for switching the topic so fast and blocking my shot with Roxy here.
Wow. Yikes.
God, dog.
Yikes. You got up all up in your shit there.
Hey, enjoy WeHo. It's a fun place to go out and have a drink.
It is.
Very true.
And they don't wear masks there, which I saw many, many fucking times over the last few weeks.
They closed my favorite bar in WeHo.
That's what they did. What bar, Winston?
Gym bar. So WeHo Dodgeball, that it's like a small bar, but it's like it's like the sports bar of like WeHo. And so that was the bar we went to afterwards, and the drink specials were crazy. Their happy hour was literally 2 for $1 for anything, but what they do is they give you a poker chip. So you can literally turn that in at any point that the place is open. So you could buy the 2 for $1 and go, I just want one drink today, show up later and just go, cool, give me a drink. And they would do that, which was cool. But
that's good because it doesn't like encourage binge drinking where they're like, have a double right now.
Yeah. Exactly. So
RB, it's $70 for the 4K collection.
All right,
let me figure something out because the
for
publicist,
all 4, that's not bad at all.
It's not bad. The publicist reached out to me yesterday and said if I'd want it to like do an unboxing. So if I get a second copy, I'll ask for a second copy today. I'll get it to you.
You know what I say? Yeah. I got 5 on it.
Put 5
I'll throw you a $5.
They're coming out with an illumination set, an entertainment set, the DreamWorks set, a Focus Features set, along with the Hitchcock thing. So that's all coming out together.
Ooh, I want to see what's in my DreamWorks set because I'm a Kung Fu Panda guy for sure.
Definitely in there. Yeah, good stuff.
I love me some Kung Fu Panda, man. That's one of my favorite trilogies.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite Hitchcock film? Do you guys have a favorite? Like, are you guys
Birds?
Hitchcock
Next
The Birds.
Oh wow, Birds. Wow.
Yeah. End of discussion.
Vertigo.
That's the only
I haven't seen
answer.
Vertigo or Rear Window. I need to watch those two.
Yeah.
Vertigo I had to watch
excellent.
for a theater class, and
Vertigo's still my favorite too. Yeah. I love Vertigo.
I got a couple. It'll either be Shadow of a Doubt, North by Northwest, or Rebecca. I love Rebecca.
That's the only film
I haven't
Best
seen
Picture.
that. I haven't seen Rebecca.
Yeah, that was classic.
One of my only ones I haven't.
I'm real bad at my Hitchcock.
All right.
The only thing that makes me think about
good to know, Ben.
if you see interviews of people talking about him, they call him Hitch. And my friend and I used to do this bit where we would, instead of Hitch, we'd go, yeah, when I was working with Cock, Cock was very meticulous on set, Cock was one of the greatest.
That's good. Anyway, send in your Streamlabs and Super Chats. We're running around the corner here into the second hour.
Let us know what your
Send in
favorite Hitchcock movie is.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know what your favorite Hitchcock movie is. Send in those stuff.
Oh, you guys didn't want to finish the joke and say, let us know what your favorite cock movie was?
Yeah,
Ooh.
come on, man.
Let's not. Let's
the
not.
booty than it is about the cock.
Booties and cocks.
Yeah, booties and cocks. Today.
The one
All right,
speaking
what do we got, Ben?
SEN, we have the booties and cocks.
All right, let me scan to see if
Breeze, we've got the meat.
Yep.
So what? Real quick, what would be your desert island 4K 4-movie set? What would be the
That's a
4K
great
movies
question.
you guys would take to a desert island?
Let me bring up.
Would I now get a 4K television to be able to view that?
No, you just get the movies, so it'd be like, oh man, if I had a TV, I'd watch these.
That's why I don't get it, because my
Bastard.
LCD that I bought 10 years ago doesn't support that platform.
My answer was different than my non-4K movies because I feel like on an island, do you really care much about 4K? I feel like really what you care about is you have the movies that you love, right?
I thought you were
Wow,
gonna say
this is
food.
a super fun question when you guys are breaking down the reality of being on a desert island. It's what 4 movies would you
I
want to
was
watch?
just responding to your question. I was
I
speaking.
love it. Ben's like, no.
I
4K,
love
not
your
6-minute
cereal.
abs.
I would like a boat to get off the island, Ben. I don't know what your.
I would bring my cell
Okay.
phone and ask for more wishes.
Go fuck yourselves.
I'm definitely. Oh, we
Did he
made
leave? Did Ben leave?
Betty Wage quit. Oh no. No,
I'm not getting my haircut now. I'm making fun of the 4K.
Oh man.
Pee.
I can't pick 4
love it.
movies. I can't. That's too hard. That would give me an anxiety attack.
I'm looking at my list right now. I would say Blade Runner. I would say Empire Strikes Back because Empire Strikes Back in 4K on Disney Plus is absolutely gorgeous. The Matrix, certainly The Matrix.
Yeah.
And maybe even Avengers Endgame, which looks incredible in 4K, especially that scene with Captain America standing on the ridge and the
His
whole
ass.
Thanos army. Yeah. His
Yeah.
ass. America's
that
ass. It
4K
looks great.
ass.
I would throw that.
Love it.
Oh, that's
you're-
why Rocha wants everything in 4K.
Yeah.
I like seeing the lions in the boots. I like it.
There it is.
4K
Yeah,
3D.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're on an island, you really got to focus on movies that will like.
Go ahead, finish it, Roxy. Keep a
Roxy's
straight
the
face. Finish it.
A lot of
She wants
flaws.
Castaway.
I was
She
gonna say
wants
Castaway,
Lord of the Flies.
Madagascar, Lord of the Fries.
Madagascar.
Lord of the
Madagascar.
Flies, Winston.
I wouldn't do Chef. That would make me too hungry.
No, that's what I was actually going to say was, which I stand by, is that you got to find the movie. You got to find the movies with like a lot of heart in them, and also probably not movies with sequels in which you want to like partake in the sequel afterwards because you're on an island. So, I feel like Rocha, those movies are great, and you might want to take them on a weekend somewhere. But like, if we don't know how long we're on this island, let's be honest.
I'm good.
Think about the
Endgame is
reality of the situation here.
You don't
Endgame's
want
the end.
to bring the
Think
first
about
season
it.
of Lost. Like that.
That would be great. Like the smoke monster, you got to try to figure things out, and like maybe you would get some tips from Lost about how to kill boar. So like you
polar
gotta
bears.
really gotta think about this. You gotta really like think these things through.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust J.J. Abrams with Star Wars anymore. You really want him to trust him with my survival on an island? That doesn't really sound like a good.
That's the thing. Like really, probably we should bring movies we've never heard of. Like How to Survive on an Island.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
It's
Like
actually
how
the
to,
spin-off sequel to How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
which plants are poisonous.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
There you
That's
go.
Into the
Nature
Wild.
documentaries. You need some nature documentaries.
Exactly.
Wild, yeah.
Exactly. So, Ben,
Yeah.
it was a good question, man.
Yeah.
What I want while I'm sitting on my desert island is nature documentaries. Like as I'm
Well,
Bear Grylls. The whole Bear Grylls series is what I want on me.
except I don't have a
Some kind of
camera
porno.
crew right behind me feeding me water and letting with poison antidotes and stuff like that.
well,
I think Castaway is not a bad decision. You get some tips on what to do
Yeah.
on that island. So
Blue
Castaway-
Lagoon.
Castaway's not bad, but you got to remember, you got to feel all of your sensory, like overload. So So for number one, I gotta go blue. Blue is the warmest color, obviously. And then number two, just for pleasure reasons. And then number 2, you got to go with.
I'm sorry, what?
Mad Max Fury Road.
What does
which
for
is
pleasure
absolutely,
reasons mean?
Yeah, you tried to skate over
Yeah,
pleasure
don't you
reasons.
skate through that.
real
It's a
Reasons?
pleasurable movie. It's a great
player.
movie. So then you gotta go with that. You gotta go Mad Max Fury Road for the action.
Don't use the sand as lubrication, son.
You gotta go with Forrest Gump for the drama.
saltwater.
You know, Forrest Gump for the drama.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I'm not so great.
Right.
And it's long. So you gotta go with long movies too. And then and I gotta go with Dog Stepfather, Mark Ellis for the comedy aspect of it. So,
dude,
you know, that's definitely
nice.
That'll definitely be my
Nice.
4.
Well
That'll be my
done.
4.
Wow.
Somebody try
All
to
I
get
want
Randy.
are all the schmodown matches. That's all I want to watch on an island.
Let's see. Rush Hour 1 and 2 count as one movie, so there you go.
There you go. Not the third one. Not the third one.
Not the third one. Kill Bill 1 and 2 count as one movie, so there you go.
That's
Oh,
fair.
wow.
I'll accept that.
My 1 episode of Sydney to the Max, just so I can remember life was better than what it is on this
Wow, you
island.
put in your feelings real quick on this
Yeah.
island.
And the Pirates porn that came out when most of us were in college.
What was pirates porn?
I know
It was
exactly
all
what you're
pirates.
talking
It was
about.
based- it was based on Pirates of the Caribbean. So it was just called Pirates. It was great. It was like a whole candle wax scene.
What?
Of course, the one thing you bring up is the candle wax scene.
No.
Oh, I never watched pirates porn with candle wax.
Hey, use your imagination. You got to watch that.
I can.
tonight? I don't
I
know.
can
It was
picture
just
it.
weird. I don't know that something specifically happened with that movie for some reason.
was like-
And all college students decided
It was
to
like
watch
the
it in
highest
parties.
budgeted porn movie, though. It was like
Yeah,
$1
at the
million
time.
budget or something.
Wow.
Like it,
At the
they had
time,
full sets and everything.
Those costumes ain't cheap, though.
I remember, and to that point that I specifically remember somebody in the dorm being like, "Yo, we got a copy of Pirates," and literally the whole dorm showed up to watch this porn collectively. Like, we were all in the
Thank you, Pac-Man.
Hey, Guy Rocha and Roxy, how are y'all? Question for both of y'all. Roxy, will you draft Jasper next season for the Schmodown? Rocha, Jasper want that puppy so bad, so bad.
I feel like I got about half of that.
Yeah. Can you read it, RB?
Sure.
Well,
Hold
you
up.
gotta.
Give me a
I don't
second.
think they know Jasper.
Yeah, they
Jasper
didn't get the
Paramount?
Jasper thing. If somebody want to explain Jasper, because I'm over it.
Oh,
What is the Jasper thing?
Jasper the Swaggy Ghost was just a thing from yesterday. I don't remember the other origins behind it.
Sucks
but-
when someone makes a joke of your expense and becomes a running theme of the show, huh? RB3?
Hey man.
Oh, Winston. Shoot.
Only snitch
Oh,
on white
wish-
people. Only snitch on white people. But no, Jasper was because yesterday was Jader, our boy Jader, in the Schmodown's
Paramount?
birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
RCR Crest donated $20. Here's $20 towards RBE's Hitchcock box set.
hey.
Here
Hey.
are 4K pics that I would take to a desert island that really slaps. First,
slaps.
Jaws, which is one of the greatest 4K transfers.
Take
I ever
Jaws?
seen. Others are Mad Max Fury Road, Casablanca, and The
Max.
Dark Knight.
So you're taking Jaws. You're never getting off that fucking island.
No
Like,
shit. You're not even fishing.
you are not getting out on the water after watching Jaws.
Yeah. Might as well come full vegan because you're not gonna get no fish.
Roxy makes a great
Donated
point.
$20. Hey, Roaring Rear Window was first Hitchcock I watched and made me a fan of him, so still my number one.
Yes.
Rocha, what movies have you grabbed off Criterion 50 off sale at Barnes & Noble? One I picked up is My Darling Clementine per your video, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a new show I do on the Outlaw Nation called Criterion Corner. Every month I highlight one Criterion Collection film for people to purchase. So very nice of you to guide that. My Darling Clementine, great OK Corral film with Henry Fonda and Victor Mature. Yeah, I picked up the Grand Budapest Hotel. That was 50% off. I picked up the Bruce Lee collection, which is coming. That's half off, so you got to pick up that Bruce Lee collection. And then a couple of other ones that are kind of like a French and German film. You probably don't know them, so I picked them up and liked them. So.
You probably wouldn't know him.
Oh, you probably wouldn't know. It's no big
Backhanded.
deal.
I mean,
Hey, what the freak?
I probably wouldn't know them. You're right.
I know. Would you know An Actor's Revenge? Would you know the Joan of Arc, the French Joan of Arc film?
Yes.
Did anybody watch
Yes.
that? Yeah, okay. All right.
No.
RB3.
That's
Yeah?
that's the Adele DVD.
Who doesn't?
Isn't it? Or CD.
Or Night Train in Munich. I
That's
picked
the
that
Adele
one.
DVD.
Paxton
Yeah,
Adele
donated
DVD.
$20. Okay, I'm sorry I don't want to make sweet baby Jesus RB3 mad. I only do that to old man Rocha and Ben.
I appreciate you, Pat. I don't care about the Jasper thing, but yeah.
No.
Nah, whatever. It's cool.
Wait, why is the Jasper thing a shot at you, RB3?
He just accidentally said
I just-
happy
I
birthday to
He
Jasper.
meant
Oh,
Jader
to-
Paramo.
I
He
get
said
it.
Jasper.
Yeah. So my bad.
He's the first person to ever say something wrong on
On
the
the
show.
show. All right, let's keep going. What we got next, Ben?
All right, so we got let's get into Streamlabs now. So
Yeah.
make sure you guys send them in. Thank you for all the schmobots so far. We still really don't have a topic for the second half. So if you guys want to schmobot one in, and I'll get
why
to
don't we
it.
take Roxy's point of view? Like, it doesn't have to be 4K. Like, what movies would you bring on? What are your desert island movies? If we haven't done it before, could be one, could be four movies. What's the one movie I would say, or four, that you want to bring to a desert island? That could be fun.
One is great.
I'm gonna go full Dwight on this and be like, I wouldn't bring a book. I'd bring a hollowed out book with matches, a hatchet, and
Ben, because you're smart.
Yeah.
That's what smart people do.
Yeah.
You're right, because this totally realistic desert island that I'm bringing movies to that has a plugged-in TV set and a 4K
saying.
player.
You're finally listening.
Yeah.
I'm doing Swiss Army Man.
Winston? Yes, Winston?
I got it. I'm going to go with the correct answer, John, is by Patrice O'Neill. It's you bring a white baby. They will find you instantly. Oh, no, that joke. Before you start going at me, look up Patrice O'Neill, Elephant in the Room. It's one of his best jokes ever. Rest in peace, brother. But he was essentially like, if you have a white baby, they will find you within 48 hours.
Yep. One of the best comedians ever, Patrice O'Neill. One of the best.
It's so
IP,
funny.
man.
It's always good to see him in like the early episodes of The Office.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
he was
yeah,
so
that's right.
funny. He was so funny.
From Alias, starting off, was disappointed to see a recent survey about the reaction shows posted only on the Facebook group, which so many of us have left because it's incredibly toxic, especially towards women. Why not also post these on the Discord and Twitter for others to have a say?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. But you can only put 4 options on Twitter. So you could probably put a master post like, hey, what do you, blah, blah, and then maybe do that.
Well, I think he just asked to reply to it, so you could do that on Twitter too. Like it was just in the comments.
Yep,
Yeah.
suppose you're right.
I'm a little confused on what's been happening with the people saying like things are toxic towards women, because just to be 1000% honest and upfront with you guys, I have received the same amount of toxicity since the day that I signed on. Like there has been I don't know what, maybe people are just opening their eyes to it, but it's not like all of a sudden I'm receiving a bunch of toxicity. It's never not been this way. So I'm just kind of confused. Are people referring to a specific incident when people keep talking about this toxicity? Because it hasn't changed.
I think the main catalyst was that we had the Janine and Emily Rose Jacobson match back to back for the Inner Geekdom tournament, and both reactions to
Ben
that
Reiner
weren't
donated $20.
too great, and
Hey
people are finally
guys,
speaking up about
My
it.
4 movies are Logan, Castaway, Great Call, Rocky 4, and Back to the Future trilogy. Look at that as one movie. Be sure to join the hashtag Rockstars, hashtag Outlaw Nation, hashtag Bandit Brigade, and hashtag Swag. Find the links at Media Sweaty Network FB group, hashtag Stay Sweaty.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Ben Rainer.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
RCR Crest donated $20. I'm dating a marine biologist, so I think I'm good on getting off that desert island. We also live in Florida, and our governor is literally the mayor of Amity.
Yeah, I mean, he really is. I mean, we don't want to pick states, but for God's sakes, I'm very happy I'm not in Florida, man.
I mean, I would rather be on a
Thank
desert
goodness.
island than in
I
Florida.
mean,
I'm gonna be real.
Orange County ain't too far away from Florida. Let's
That's
be honest
true.
there.
That's
Do you guys
true.
think there are people on the planet who don't know about COVID?
Chuck Rollery.
Sure. Chuck.
Yeah.
That idiot. Dead in 2
Well
and 2.
done,
I'll be
Brett.
dead in 2 and 2.
Like, do you think there are people on islands right now that just they don't?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
indigenous
sure.
people who.
Yeah.
For sure. I can see
Tom,
that.
Sure, there are
Tom
people
Hanks
in
in
this
Castaway 2, who like Castaway 2, I mean, I'm sure that if there's someone trapped on a desert island right now, they may not know.
That's wild.
I'm sure there are people in this country who don't know about COVID.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on a serious note, my uncle has autism, and we had to explain to him, and he's older, he's like in his 70s, and we had to explain to him kind of what the situation was. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because RB3, I'm in a similar boat with my grandfather with dementia, so we're always explaining to him. But I don't mean somebody who like doesn't know because they're not physically capable of it retaining the information. I more mean like people who've never heard of it, who just are living their own life and like nothing's been affected by this.
right.
Yeah, because even the Amish were protesting like about like staying indoors and wearing a mask and stuff like that. Like
Really?
so they're aware.
Yeah.
That is like an interesting thought though, like that people really just don't know about something like that that's so huge like this. But it's
Yeah, they
definitely
don't
possible.
know, don't show, don't care
Yeah.
about what's going on in the hood. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's next?
Well done.
That's a good boys in the hood. Good boys in the hood. Pool.
Yeah.
Singleton.
I love that line. Cute.
Austin T. Just watched $1 Million Baby, and I thought it was going to be a lighthearted boxing movie. I was wrong.
Oh, sure.
Curious what you guys think about depressing movies. Might be a hot take, but personally, I'm not sure why anyone would want to subject themselves to. I don't see a second one, so subject themselves to that.
That's tough.
I can step in here. I mean, for me,
why do you keep raising your hand? Just chime in, brother.
Well, because I'm trying to be polite. It's called
Lord.
manners, sir. From the South.
It's called manners, sir.
It's called manners. It's called manners.
I like that you do it because then I know something's. You kind of do this wave thing, Winston. You're like, and I'm coming in. Like,
so you can see me. So
I like it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The Hate You Give, for example. That there's not, or Fruitville Station. Those are two instances where those aren't necessarily movies that you're looking to be feeling good about yourself, but there's shit that people need to see and watch. It can be very cathartic for Black people in particular to like kind of get it out, and because the wave of emotions both in the act that happens, but how people respond. But then it's also can be very educational. So those are instances where like, those are depressing ass movies, but they're vital. You know what I mean?
Is Schindler's List in that boat too? Like
I would. Yeah.
I've only seen that movie twice in my life. It's blown me away both times, but I could never watch it. Consistently.
I put Schindler's List like on a different level, like Manchester by the Sea. I'm never gonna watch Manchester by the Sea again. That's just a sad ass movie. Schindler's List is just hard to watch because it's like same with like 12 Years a Slave. Like this stuff happened, and it's like they don't pull any punches in those movies, and you're like, this is really good, but damn, like I just watched The Nightingale this last year.
Oh man,
I'm never gonna watch that movie again. I loved it, but I was just like, never. It was.
It's like Monster, right? Monster, the Charlize Theron one.
Patty Jenkins.
Once was enough. I can never. Yeah, Patty Jenkins.
So like, I do feel like there are different levels of just like sadness to where like, oh my gosh.
You was right. 4-player broke the bubble already. 3 try to sneak a woman. The other try to sneak food. Goodbye, sport. I will miss you crying like Brett.
Yep.
Winston and I have been saying it on Game Time for the last weeks. The people are going to break this curfew in the NBA. They're going to get COVID. They're going to pass COVID on other people.
Because Rocha, I sent you the tweet of the one, like, I guess she's like a famous NBA thought that was like, one of them has already hit me up. There ain't going to be no sports. Like, she tweeted that out loud. And everybody was like, yo, man, but who called you? And she was like, I'm not going to bust nobody, but like, just being real with you.
She busted somebody.
I fucking hate you, dude.
Sex thing?
God. My favorite person is always Roxy.
Winston's out.
Winston's gone.
He raised his hand so hard he knocked his camera over.
Guys, going back for a second, I am so obsessed with depressing movies. Like
really
so obsessed with depressing movies.
Wow.
First of all, they make me remember that like my life is not shit. So sometimes we need to be fucking humbled and knocked on our ass to be like, oh no, I'm watching Schindler's List. Like if I was born in a different time in a different place, I'd be fucked. So I love depressing movies. But I will say what's been really interesting about quarantine is I can't. During this time, I typically am a 90% depressing movie, 10% comedy person. During this time, I am 100% comedy. I cannot put on anything.
$20. Alfred Hitchcock? That's just my game. Have to go with Joseph Cotton playing Uncle Charlie in Shadow of a Doubt.
Shadow of a Doubt.
So captivating. Don't sleep on his TV show Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Shadow of a Doubt is absolutely.
There is a show where Alfred Hitchcock gives us presents.
Yeah, it just shows up, gives you presents.
Yeah.
You don't want to open it. You don't
I missed it.
That sounds horrible. Roxy, well, this is for you for that statement.
Winston, birthday shot. Oh, you're the only one who loves me.
I know.
I don't have any liquor in the house, Roxy. I do it.
Whose fault is that?
My son.
Yeah, he was supposed to go on a run and he never did it. See, the kids need to be doing their damn chores and shit.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Man.
All right, Austin T. Jenny Talia. Hello, question for Rocha. Have you heard of Ghost of Tsushima coming out this Friday? It's a PS4 samurai game with heavy Kurosawa influence and even a black and white mode called Kurosawa mode. There's an 18-minute gameplay video on YouTube. I highly suggest you check it out.
Ghost of what?
Ghost of Tsushima.
I actually had the reviews pulled up as a story. I just didn't know, like, because I don't know how much anyone on the panel is gamers, but it's got an 84 out of 100 on Metacritic right now.
Yeah.
It's with games on par of like Hitman, Uncharted, Lost Legacy, and Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor.
Are we not going to talk about how the handle was genitalia? Are you guys all just
Wait, what was the handle? I missed it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I said genitalia, and then, genitalia. That's pretty funny. That's the thing you pick up out of everything.
No, but I
told you it was a sex thing.
I had heard about this because they were playing a preview of it as a commercial during FunimationCon a couple weeks ago, and so I got to keep seeing this footage over and over, and I was like, I got to remember to get this after I play Final Fantasy.
The only thing is for me, it's like because hey, Ben's gone. All right, the
Sorry, I gotta reset my
Xbox.
camera, everyone.
There you go. The Xbox is what I have. The Xbox One. They don't have it for the Xbox One, but the PS5 is coming out in December. So in my mind, I'm like, well, do I buy a PS4 Pro just to play the Tsushima for 6 months and then go get the PS5? That's in my head what's killing me right now.
Oh, Rocha, it's that. You and that goddamn 4K. I was like, just a regular PS4, bro.
Nope.
Like, but especially
I save up for this stuff. I don't just buy it. I save up for it because
I just thought because you were the Outlaw Nation and y'all do everything, you got a production budget to just have all the things.
I wish. I produce all my own shows, man. I wish. I wish I had.
I'm just kidding, bitch. I know.
I'm exhausted every fucking day, man.
Streamlabs.com/the whoops, wrong show. Sorry, I can't do it.
No, I'm definitely gonna get it though. I've got my old ass PS4. I'll be holding on to that. It's an open world game, and I'm kind of hit or miss with open world games. But the graphics and the story just looks amazing in this, so I'm definitely gonna be playing it.
If you're a samurai film lover, just watch the trailers and then watch that 18-minute video they released yesterday.
It's cool.
It's like watching a whole other movie again that's samurai based. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, if you want to hear me and Rocha talk about Kurosawa, we have that on the Meaning Up podcast. You can check that out.
Really?
Yeah.
Sabrina.
Oh hell yeah! Hold on, let me add this to my watch later list.
And that's Paul Oyama approved, who also loves samurai films. He approved that episode as well.
Paul Oyama, man, I love that kid.
Me too, brother. Me too.
I love
Giuseppe
that kid.
Stromboli.
I wish he lived closer.
Oh.
I'd hang out with him. Yep.
It's Giuseppe
George
Stromboli.
Chili Ring donated $20.
Oh.
My desert island choices are Madness and the Method Windwalkers, that episode of Sydney to the Max, and the first 3 seasons of The Guild. Oh.
Hey.
Sup, rocks.
Just curious if any of you guys noticed anything about that answer that would make me happy. Just wondering if any of you guys pay attention to me at all.
Method of the Madness.
Yeah, it was all stuff that you guys were.
RB3, RB3.
Wait, RB3, y'all did the Meaning of Dragon Ball Z? You son of a bitch! I am watching the fuck out of that.
Yeah, we had Danny Fernandez on that. We had Winston on there too. So
yeah,
I loved being on there.
It was fun, man.
It was
Roxy.
fun. I'd love to have you on, Roxy.
Such a pity invite.
No, I mean that.
It'd be one thing if I had you on my show and then you didn't ask me on yours. Oh wait.
No.
Oh! $20 for movies on Deserted Island. Love and Basketball Friday, Empire Strikes Back, and Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, that's
Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, that's a good one.
I never say something.
Solid 4.
No, I love it. I love that 4.
Real talk though, and maybe I'm the only one. I never really liked Emperor's New Groove.
What?
I didn't mind. Well, first of all, Rogue One, hush.
One isn't.
That's a fair shot.
There were a few moments of it that I really liked, but it just wasn't that. In Lilo and Stitch, it might have just been that weird phase where I just didn't like. I was slightly out of Disney movies.
Did someone hurt you?
Those two.
Family.
Yeah. Oh. Now you could talk about Rogue One or whatever the fuck you diss Lilo and Stitch, and I'm out.
Me too.
Okay? I think it was Lilo and Stitch was one of the last hand-drawn.
I thought it was Princess and the Frog.
Okay, I could be wrong.
Princess and the Frog was the last one. Yeah.
Damn it! It was the second last one.
Yo, have you guys seen Love and Basketball recently?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Were you mid-thought, Brett, and I just said that?
I haven't seen it forever.
Okay. That movie is so... Talk about sexy movies.
At a PG-13. At a PG-13.
At a PG-13. And you know what probably was like the icing on the cake for Roxy is the very end, Double or Nothing. She was like, okay,
Double
that's
or
it.
Nothing. I'm stripping.
I'll see you later.
At home by myself. I love that movie so much.
Yeah, I still have a thing for Sanaa Lathan, man. She's
I get
gorgeous
it.
in that
I
movie.
get it.
It's gorgeous all the time. What
She
you
hasn't
talking
aged
about?
a day. She has.
Her and Angela Bassett. Oh my God, Angela Bassett still is. Oh my God.
Pac-Man Wayne
Dude, I was
donated
watching.
$20.
Oh.
Last one today for Desert Island movie, the complete box set, the Dave Chappelle show, and endless weed. I'm not going to lie, you don't have to find me if that becomes reality.
Oh yeah, for sure. Same here. Some Dave
Taking
Chappelle.
that fantasy. He's
Yeah.
taking that fantasy all the way to the end, RB. He's like, endless supply of weed.
Yeah.
All right, done.
I'll say though, I think you can make a solid 4 movies, just the basketball movies. Like I'd be tempted to put Love and Basketball up there. He Got Game, Spike Lee, obviously. White Man Can't Jump. For the comedy's sake, and then I also got to throw Hoop Dreams up there as one of my favorite documentaries.
Man, no, come on. Last one is
talk.
Coach Carter. You know the answer to this.
Coach Carter's up there too. Coach Carter's up there too.
Yeah, I can't take young wannabe ghetto ass Channing Tatum and Coach Carter. He tries so hard in that
Nah,
movie.
man, nah. You need to
He's
come
the
on.
young John
Come
Cena,
on,
man.
it
He's so
happens,
good.
bruh. Look, that is the Eminem of basketball. You need to understand that it shit happens, bruh.
How dare you, man? How dare you?
Do you guys think that Omar Epps is single? Just asking for a friend.
He's not. 4 kids, Roxy.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed him last year. He's married with 4 kids. His wife goes
Yeah,
with him
yeah.
everywhere he
No, that's
goes.
what I meant. Yeah.
I do feel like basketball is like the hardest sport to make look good on movies and stuff like that. It's a hard sport to choreograph.
I think
yeah.
that and boxing are the 2 hardest ones. Because
Yeah.
I was watching The Fighter again the other day. Those fight scenes are terrible.
Really? I've only seen it
Mark
once.
Wahlberg can't box to save his life, man.
The thing about basketball
It is
is
tough
I've,
to watch.
I've actually never been on a set when you're filming a basketball scene, but if any of you guys have, what I would imagine is like if you miss, you just have to keep shooting. Like like,
Yeah.
Pussy Lover 6969696969
Oh, boy.
donated $20.
Jesus Christ.
Which of these
Yikes.
horrible celebrities that you guys would like to punch in the face? Roman
Okay.
Polanski, Joss Whedon,
Yeah.
David O. Russell, Woody Allen, Max Landis, Ezra Miller, Nick Vallelonga. P.S. Happy birthday, Roxy. Man of Steel is fucking awesome.
Yes, it is.
Did he say Mel Gibson?
Wow, he just
No, Mel
spelled
Gibson would be
fucking
mine,
just
though.
like it
Mel
should,
Gibson's
and
my
it just read
answer.
it.
What?
Yeah.
No puppies?
Mel
is-
Gibson. I
Mel
would
Gibson's
I would
my
fart on him if I could.
Oh, my God. Give him pink eye.
Yeah. Well, you guys
I-
know
like,
Mine is
But-
for sure Roman Polanski. The fact that that dude is still working and winning awards and working with like good actors and stuff like that. Oh, he's getting
Did you see that
jacked.
recently? That actress, the French actress, they said his name and she just walked out of the auditorium.
Yeah,
She
I saw
walked,
that.
got up immediately, and walked out. She's like, it's
Yeah.
offensive. They're still giving him awards.
I
I
would
guess
punch
my-
Woody Allen personally.
Yeah. I guess he's mine too.
Ah.
Why?
Why? Because he's such a, you punch him once and he'd probably snap into a bunch of dust.
Yeah.
It's not
I
a
don't know.
punch that's like worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like someone.
know-
I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. If you ever wanted to feel like you were Thanos, like
Yeah.
fuck it, and you were trying to do something right by the universe,
Like that's the
hit him
thing,
with
like,
the-
your
too.
one punch is going a lot further with Woody Allen and Roman
That's
Polanski
fair.
than
I'll-
like Mel Gibson is a scary person.
Oh
to
yeah,
punch,
he might punch you
let's say.
back.
Yeah,
He might
yeah,
punch
Mel
you
Gibson
back.
right.
wasn't even on the
With his
list.
car,
Fight
man.
Mel Gibson.
Also,
Said no.
also, Ben, you just said the magic words, one punch. All of a sudden, I'm hearing one punch. And then you
Here's
just-
here's the thing about Woody Allen, though. Here's why I'm punching Woody Allen of this list. Because you know when somebody who's your people make your people look bad and you just want to fucking kill them because it's like the Jews already have enough image issues. Like, how about you don't? How about you don't make us have a worse name? So for sure.
I hear you.
So, see, that's the problem. By saying that, Roxy, you're making me want to change my answer to Terry Crews, but I also know he would beat the ever-loving
Yeah, have fun
shit
with
out
that
of me.
one,
On the list,
Winston.
Terry Crews
No.
like Della Reese in Harlem Nights.
Wait, did y'all see? Maybe
First time he
RB3 might be
punched
RB3 might be the only person. Did you see Chance the Rapper and how quickly he backtracked on gay? He goes, "Yo, y'all just pro-bi or anti-gay? Like, what's this shit?" Terry Crews goes, "Yeah, man. If you be thinking independently, they don't be like you." He goes, "Yo, running full speed down this hill. I was wrong. I'm sorry."
Issuing
Like-
apologies and all that. Yeah.
I am racking my brain with like white people, my people that have done offensive things to try to think of like. I mean, you guys came up with some good. I just can't. There's just such a small list to go through, to be embarrassed by.
I'd throw the CEO of Goya
Brett, we'll come
Foods
back
onto
to you
that
because I know
top
it's
of
a
the
tough
list.
one to think of.
I don't.
It's more about ranking them, isn't it, Brett?
Yeah. Jesus.
All
Give me-
right, 67 Jedi. So I have an idea for a new character for the Schmodown. They call him the Schmodown Assassin. He's an independent player that gets hired by any manager, and he defeats the opponent. This assassin has a mask. Nobody knows who he is. Ooh. What do you think?
We've thought about doing the mask, nobody knows who's behind it thing before, but it just feels like you would know. It feels like you would know
body type
behind it. Yeah.
Voice.
Unless it's somebody who's a fan from the fan leagues, and then we don't know. But then, not that people in the fan leagues can't be great, but like you only want an assassin who's a sniper, who's gonna like really.
Yeah, he'd have to win every single time.
Yeah,
and that's the thing though. You can't put Rocha body type. You can't put Dan Murrell also body type. You would instantly go, that is clearly Dan Murrell. Like, you can't put Rachel. You would know it's Rachel. Like, I don't know how you pull this off.
We don't have the budget for the Masked Singer costumes and the voice, changing either. So because they pull that off pretty good.
I say like you need like a big headpiece. You need like bulky clothes.
So
like
how are you gonna write your answer? They put on those weird hand things.
Yeah,
gloves.
It's true.
They're called gloves.
You'd have to bring up
gloves.
There she is.
Put all those weird hand things.
Come on, over your fingers. It goes over your fingers.
You know what I'm bringing to my deserted island? Fucking gloves.
That's true. You never know. You never know. There might be a lot of trees with like fruit that you want, and there's spiders, so you need the gloves so you don't have to touch the spider. They don't have to bite you. Ain't no radioactivity out there. You're not gonna become Spider-Man from that shit. So I
get it. You get it.
B other can get it. Hey Rocha, being as you're a military vet, have you heard of the Banana Show?
Huh?
Oh, what's the Banana Show?
No idea.
Yeah, the Banana Show. Let me say it over again.
Clip that out. Clip that out. The Banana Show.
Roxy, say gloves again. Let's stop.
Gloves on the island.
Oh, it's a Reddit about military stories. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nope. I'm not getting involved in that. Nope.
What do you mean?
Jay Scotty for real. How about tattoos as a topic? If I were to get a film-related tattoo, I'd get the Elvish number 9 that the actors that portrayed the Fellowship plus John Rhys Davies stuntman got in Solidarity. Do you have any film tattoos? What would you get?
I have one. I'll share. I would get my entire arm tattooed. Yeah. And the image from A Trip to the Moon with the rocket inside of the eye or whatever. I would just get that like right here and then have the whole arm be like stars in space and whatnot. So.
That's awesome.
Love it.
Jacques Méliès, right? Isn't that what his name is?
George Méliès, yeah.
Yeah, George Méliès. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
This isn't totally relevant, but did you guys see the guy named Craig who got his name tattooed on his back?
Oh, I retweeted that. It was amazing. I wish I had that guy's confidence.
That was the best. Maybe that's how I saw it, Goddard.
Yeah.
Wait, he just tattooed his own name on his back?
Yep, just his own name. Really just says Craig.
Nice. I would get the snake, what's it, Escape from New York, Snake Plissken, to get his little
Plissken
cobra on his
challenge.
Plissken, sorry. Cobra
John,
on my...
tattoos?
Huh?
You have any tattoos?
No,
first of all, it's Iroquois Pliskin double challenge.
Iroquois Pliskin. Nice.
Look, man, I play Metal Gear Solid. I know what the fuck that shit was referencing.
Nice.
Get the fuck out of here.
I wish I had the guts to have a tattoo, Roxy. But
Samir
they tell you when
donated
you're an actor.
Bless you, Roxy. You make this show extra better.
Extra butter.
Extra what? Extra.
I'm sure whatever they said is true.
Butter.
Y'all, you have to realize something.
Caro donated $20. Hey, everybody. Hope all of you are doing great, staying safe and all. My 4 desert island movies are coming to America. Goodfellas, Almost Famous, and Cinema Paradiso.
Oh, great choice.
Great movies with great songs and a nice score from Morricone.
Absolutely.
Nice. This is my thing. Like we talked, Cinema Paradiso, that director's cut is horrible. I don't want to see extended cuts of films that are already perfect. Like you don't need to add extra shit to it. What they do with that extra 20 minutes on Cinema Paradiso is completely destroy the romance of the movie. They destroy it. He goes and finds her. She's older, and their conversation on the phone is horrific. and you realize this was just not a love at all. And you're just like, oh my God, why would you throw that in to the movie? It's so good. Same thing with Rocky IV. I know Christian's mad at me. Rocky IV is a perfect movie for what it is. For what it is, right? It's not a masterpiece. For what it is, adding to it doesn't help the movie at all. I don't know. I think sometimes you don't need a director's cut. Like Psycho, you don't need a director's cut.
It's the hot new thing, man. After the Snyder cut, it's just everybody's going to do director's cut.
It really, I was going to say that. Like, I feel like every director is going to, like, really push their own director's cut now. Or, like, you know, studios are going to push them to, like, to make a little extra money. Like, heading over to Super Chat, because we have quite a bit, guys. Okay. Chris Corcoran, what Batman villains that haven't been in movies do you guys want to see show up one day?
Kite Man, hell yeah.
Harley Quinn. You've been watching Harley Quinn.
Yes, sir.
Who's homie from Rush? Hush? The guy from Hush? His best friend
Hush.
Growing up?
Yeah. Thomas Elliott.
I'd like to see Hush.
I mean,
it's been animated, but not live action.
Right. Spoiler alert, but Thomas Elliott, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Big spoiler. Holy shit, guys. Chris Corcoran. Also, what Batman's villains do you think deserve another chance on the big screen? I think Mr. Freeze, because despite what some people think over the Arnold version, he's a layered, serious villain. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
Riddler and Mr. Freeze. They both need to be redone. And while I enjoyed both of them, honestly, as a kid, they are both, like you said, Mr. Freeze is layered, but Riddler too, man. Like everything with that neuroses there about really being that goddamn smart, but then like trying to match wits with Batman, et cetera, I think it would be phenomenal.
Yeah. Also, Poison Ivy deserves a second chance.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Like someone in chat said, Ed Rock said Clayface for, I think Clayface would be an interesting villain to do.
Clayface is a good
especially
choice.
now that we have like the technology to do it. ATH Media, have you guys seen Undone on Prime? It's a pretty fantastic time loop series that rotoscopes like a scanner darkly and only 20-minute episodes. Oh,
yes. Rosa Salazar is in that.
My roommate did watch that. I know. Okay, now that you say Rosa Salazar,
it's good and it's consumable in like 2.5 hours. You can rip through that thing. So I think it's only 6 to 8 episodes.
Doesn't it take place in San Antonio?
Yes, and it goes back and forth in time like she's talking about.
$20.
Thank you, Tony, for that.
Really, Rocha, you want to bring back this Rocky talk? You just got out the ditch. Don't go back into tomorrow. Bring up Rocky IV that wasn't in the note.
Don't bring up Rocky IV. It wasn't in the note.
Yeah.
What did he say?
No, he said, why are you bringing up Rocky IV? You just got out of the doghouse from Christian.
Shit. I don't give a shit about a doghouse. All right, let's keep going.
Oh, you say that,
Epsilon
then you're not
Audio.
going to be on the show this week.
Okay, I'm going to be on the show this week. We'll make money someplace else. Go ahead. What's next?
Ayo, love the show and much love to the crew. A topic I had in mind was the funniest scenes in movies or best action sequences.
Ooh, funniest scenes in movies? Coming to America, every barbershop scene is the best. Is like, oh no, the scene at the when the Reverend's there and he's doing sexual chocolate. That whole scene at the auditorium.
Sexual chocolate,
that's my favorite scene in the movie from beginning to end. You know, Randy Jackson.
The hardest I ever laughed in the movie, and I told this before, is when in The Big Lebowski, when John Goodman's dumping out the ashes and it just hits like and it just hits Jeff Bridges in the face. I just can't. That just has me.
Walter, man.
What the fuck does anything have to do with Vietnam?
Undies, dude. Undies.
I don't know that I know the funniest, but a lot of Adam Sandler scenes really get me.
Okay.
Like a lot, there'll be a lot of Happy Gilmore or Waterboy scenes that make me like laugh. I'm in tears. Physical comedy usually is like, if it's specific to a scene, not a line or the movie, usually it's physical comedy that does it for me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big Adam Sandler.
Brett, you're the comedian. What's the funniest scene in film ever, Brett?
I know. That's so hard to pick. I remember laughing ridiculous. Why this came to my head, because it was just an obscure film. It was one of Chris Farley's last ones, where he's like a pioneer or something. And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like they've got the place surrounded or something, and they have 4 like indigenous people. I don't think they call them that because but he's like he goes, "We got the place surrounded with Indians" or something like that. And he goes, "Well, hell, we got more than 4." And that just made me laugh so much because they only had 4, you see. I don't know. You had to be there. It was silly.
I had to be there. I think Wagons East. Is that the name of it?
I think it's something like that. I can't.
Yeah.
It was with Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry. Yep.
Funniest one I remember was from what was that? Oh, the Camille Nanjiani, the Love Sick, or what was it called?
Oh, The Big Sick.
The Big Sick. His joke to Ray Romano is like when you're watching a movie by yourself in the theater and then you're laughing 10 minutes after the movie has moved on, like you start feeling very self-conscious, but I could not stop laughing.
The one thing that made me laugh so hard, I had to run from one section of the theater to another to get away from people because I couldn't stop laughing. I was laughing so fucking hard. In The Heat, when Melissa McCarthy says to the guy who's playing the albino, "You all right? You look a little pale." Like, just the way she says it, in that moment, the way she says it, I lost my shit. And I was laughing. I couldn't stop. Like 20 minutes later, I was still giggling. I just had to go to another area so people wouldn't hear me because that's perfect the way she delivered it.
I would either say the bridesmaid scene where they all get food poisoning, or which never ceases to make me die. But honestly, probably my favorite of all time might have to be Black Dynamite, the scene where they're figuring out. I don't know if RB3 might be the only person here who's seen Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite's great.
Okay, so then the scene where they're trying to figure out what the mystery is, and they're the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles diner, where they're like they're pulling knowledge out of nowhere that nobody really knows. You're like, what the fuck is all of it? So Anaconda malt liquor makes you go woo, and who else goes woo? Little Richard. So Anaconda malt liquor gives you Little Richard. I don't. Oh, like that whole fucking scene, man.
Oh, that's good. That was a great one.
John Campbell, happy belated birthday, Rox. Love you. John Rocha equals GOAT. Hi, Brett.
Thank you.
James Diesel with the next two. Saw Empire on the big screen for the first time for $5. Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
Desert Island movies: Dogma, Dark Knight, New Hope, and Toy Story.
Dogma.
Oh, Toy Story. Yes.
Yeah.
Dogma, though, that's a great choice.
That is a good choice. I always like that speech that Ben Affleck gives to Matt Damon about like God's forgiveness. I thought that was like one of Kevin Smith's best writing. Going back to Streamlabs, Keith Cinnamon guys, Jay Scotty, Jasper's Ghost, Jenny. What is you love about movies? What genre of movie gave you the passion to study film? I love how the music makes me feel as the film progresses, from feeling on edge during a horror film to triumphant when heroes take out the villain in the end. But what we'll try and answer this quick because we got about 20 minutes left and quite a few. So John, like I'll ask you this question. Like what got you into like going, we all love movies, but what made you want to review them?
You mean like fall in love with movies or review movies?
It says to study film.
Oh, to study film? Godfather Part 2. That was Citizen Kane's my favorite film, but Godfather Part 2 is where I was like, holy shit, movies can do this. And then I just became a massive studier of film from there.
RB3, I know yours was Avatar. What about you, Roxy, before we move on?
Don't have a specific one.
Okay.
All right. Winston? Okay. All right.
Okay. Cody Allen. Happy belated birthday, Roxy. Also love the sing-along. Hi, Brett. Oh, he's not
Thank
here.
you. I love to sing.
CM Boy 1988. Sorry. Today marked the 20th anniversary of X-Men. I was 12 years old back in 2000, and I saw X-Men in movie theaters. It was one of my best movie experiences ever. Hugh Jackman was A Star Is Born in this. What were you guys' memories of X-Men 2000?
I think of the first introduction of Sabretooth, but in all honesty, I think the moment that hits me the most, which is sad because it's a good movie, is, do you know what happens when a toad gets hit by electricity? The same thing that happens to everything else. Like, I'll never forget. And I was like, God damn it. Like, come on. Like, because to be honest with you, and I hated this, you took arguably the strongest X-Men involved. I mean, obviously Jean is there, and so she has the abilities of the Phoenix coming at some point, but you have the strongest X-Men involved, and you essentially dumbed her down to one shitty line. And I hated that. I thought Halle Berry was good casting, but not if you're not going to use her and use the character. So, but that's.
I was always wondering, I was like, how is Toad fighting Cyclops, Storm, and Wolverine right now? Because it's Toad. I'm just going to say, like, it's Toad.
It's
Ray Park's a great actor.
Yeah, he just done Darth Maul. They're like, let him fight 3 people. It's totally perfect.
Right.
I would say the scene between Charles and Magneto near the beginning when he's like, we are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter. That I've always been a Magneto guy because of that. And I think that's true. I actually adhere to his philosophy.
Yeah, I think the first movie really like shows you the conflict really, really well. I think even probably better than the subsequent movies, because in the second one they're kind of friends, and then in the third one they become like full out enemies. But I think the first one's a little more nuanced in the way it approaches it. I go back to Kevin Feige saying, he said it himself in many interviews where he credits the first X-Men movie as the originator of the comic book movie genre. Now, do I personally consider one of my favorite X-Men movies overall? No, not really, because after X2 and after Days of Future Past and after Logan and after Deadpool, I eventually come to like other movies a little bit more. So if there's like a 4-pack, I wouldn't even put the original X-Men in my 4-pack. But there's no question of how much of an impact it had on the history of cinema, for sure.
Also, I know it wasn't on the list, but you can love those movies, and I'd still want to punch Bryan Singer in the face. So that's that's the one I choose.
He's getting
Bryan
faded
Singer.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Cody Allen. I lost
Like
my
them
spot.
little boys.
Sirlet Attenborough. Hey, all. Happy belated B-Day, Roxy. I recently looked at the AFI Top 10 Movies list and noticed only 2 animated films are listed, Snow White and Fantasia. What other animated movies do you think belong in the list? I'd vote for Spirited Away. Thoughts? All right, quickly. Sorry, I don't mean to rush these questions, but we have a lot, and we got 20 minutes left.
Toy Story Nemo.
Toy Story.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand it.
What animated movies you put in your top 10?
Toy Story's up there. God damn it, Miyazaki. God damn it. Princess Mononoke. There it is.
Oh, Mononoke is a great choice.
Lion King, Aladdin, Mulan.
Toy Story, go.
Review and play 23. My fantasy finals matchup would be Tom versus Video Drew, Ethan versus Snyder, Oyama versus Harris, or Sabrina versus James White. I'm looking forward to drama. Groundhog Day is a decent movie. Its concept makes it seem like a better movie than it is.
Maybe. And I like your idea of Ethan in the tournament. That means I beat him, which is which would take a miracle. So we shall see.
156 Impulse. Hey guys, just got out of work. I work at a restaurant. It's been slow here. Happy birthday, Roxy. Que pasa, Rocha?
Que pasa?
Hey John, where did you buy the cowboy hat? I collect hats. I want one.
Long time ago, my mother got it for me about 10, 15 years ago as a Christmas present. Place at Springfield Mall, Virginia. It doesn't exist anymore. Some kind of cowboy Western shop they had there. Try Boot Barn. Boot Barn's always good.
Wow.
Yeah, Boot Barn does have good hats.
Yep.
They're expensive.
They are expensive.
B. Arthur can get it. Just want to say how much I appreciate the show every day and you entertaining my dumb and small donations. My life has been a cavalcade of shit and darkness lately, and things are tough. So thank you guys for helping me take a little further towards happiness.
Thank you for letting us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, B. Arthur. You donate every day, and we really appreciate it.
1,000%. I know sometimes it makes it easier to. Sorry, Ben. I'll be 2 seconds.
No, you're good.
To when you hear other people, just to be abundantly clear for anybody who doesn't watch my show, my life is like shit has really, really hit the fan. I've had a really fucking hard go at it the last few weeks. And I, just so you know at home, you are not alone. This time is so shitty for so many people for so many different reasons. And I think the first thing that you can do is say that out loud, because acknowledging the fact that this is a shitty moment means that it's not going to be shitty forever. So it's really important to remember that this is not what life looks like forever for any of us, for better or worse. So days keep going, and we're here for you. Thank you for saying something.
Great.
Dagan, hey crew, hi Roxy, happy belated. Just watched Becky last night. I really enjoyed the film despite some issues. Don't think it deserves the hate it's getting. Kevin James and Lulu Wilson give amazing performances. Have any of you seen it and thoughts?
What film?
It's like the Kevin James serial killer movie.
No, I'm not gonna watch that.
I mean, I don't know. It sounds interesting just from what I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. No. What was it released on? Just
I don't know. I know it's some kind of streaming. I think you have to pay for it though.
Okay.
Guys, we got 900 people in here watching and only 469.
Come on.
Like that. 69. But let's get to 500, guys. 30 more likes. Let's get it up there. We got 900 people watching. Helps the video so much. Patricia Metz, sadly, I've watched most of those fantasies that we suggested. I'm sorry, Patricia.
Okay.
Willow. I'll say Willow. That's a fun one. Matthew Z. Reed. Ben, just trim your sides yourself. Never. I've been cutting my own hair all through quarantine, and I look sexy. Sexy Den as a motherfucker. Swag. Matt, I respect you, and I'm jealous of your haircutting skills. Never. I don't trust myself. Ryan White, Ben, I agree with your opinion of the Old Guard. A couple cool action scenes, but it was predictable and overall meh. However, I will continue to watch anything with Charlize Theron. I agree. Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's why I was psyched for Charlize Theron. And she was in Beale Street Could Talk. I can't think of her name. The lead from Beale Street Could Talk was in it, and I love that movie, so I was looking forward to seeing both of them. A new challenger approaches. Hey, SEN crew. Happy belated, Roxy. I'm 1 week away from my last year of 22. 20s as well. In the 4K versus Blu-ray debate, I think it really depends on the film for my enjoyment. Watch my DVDs, 480p, and only feel compelled to switch spectacle films to Blu-ray.
I think that's fair. Absolutely. Anything that's at the high end of technology or anything that's spectacle oriented, 4K really brings it out. You don't need to see a 4K Psycho or Rear Window. You'll get crisper picture, but it won't change the effect of the movie for sure.
Yeah. Are you, Rocha, when it comes to that, like when things get released on 60 or 80 millimeter, are you like a fan of that? Can you tell the difference between that and digital and stuff?
Yeah, scope and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You know, the right, RB, you can tell the difference for yourself too when you're watching it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I can't. I don't know.
It's a small bunch of us, but it's enough that they make 4K films for that.
Sure.
So
Kiki Lane, that's who I was thinking of. Kiki Lane. She's a great actor, but was not good in this movie. Garrett A.M. Lee, have y'all checked out Down to Earth with Zac Efron on Netflix? It's pretty interesting. He goes around the world and learns about sustainable energy, food, ways to be better, the planet, etc., and seems like he genuinely wants to change his life.
That's cool.
Well, I saw him trending and Mark Andreyko posting thirst traps about it. That's all I knew about Zac Efron.
It's a good series, though. People should watch it.
Is it good? Nice.
It's good.
Charlotte Attenborough, I picked the quintessential Tarantino collection as my 4K Desert Island set. Kill Bill 1 and 2, Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know Django and Jackie Brown and Reservoir Dogs are missing, but Once Upon a Time is my top 3 Tarantino films. Wow.
Okay. I put Reservoir in the top 4 for sure.
Yeah, I don't think Kill Bill or Hollywood would be in my top 4 for Tarantino.
Me neither.
Deflated Brady. So in general, how are you doing? Find anything new to get through this time. I've been starting to do yoga at home.
Oh, good.
I've heard a lot of my friends teach yoga. I've thought about doing it, and then I strain my hamstring when I get out of bed.
Perfect.
Might be a reason that you need to do yoga, sir.
Winston. You know what, Wendy Zapp? Check yourself over there.
I literally was about to come back with a zinger, and I was not trying to start no shit, so I'm just going to let it go.
Charlotte Attenborough, if you had to bring one James Bond film to the desert island, which one would you pick? Up until recently, I would have picked GoldenEye, but now I'm leaning towards Casino Royale. Thoughts?
Skyfall.
Mine is GoldenEye for sure.
Really?
Okay. I love GoldenEye so much.
Okay. I take Skyfall every time. It's my favorite Bond film.
Skyfall?
I would take Skyfall as well.
Interesting.
Just
I'd have to say Live and Let Die.
Oh,
nice
okay.
choice. Nice.
If I had to take a James Bond song, it would be A View to a Kill for sure.
The Duran Duran song?
Hell yes.
I love
the best Bond song in the worst Bond movie.
The best.
It definitely fits the movie. It fits the movie for sure.
It fits the movie. It's so 80s, but I love it.
Yeah.
They used to play A View to a Kill on the radio. I had no idea for a long time it was a Bond song until I saw the movie at like 12.
James Bond. Wow.
Shaken, not stood.
I fell off the building. Ouch. Dead.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
You're welcome.
Someone should schmobite in some more Rocha Christopher Walken.
No, there's only 10 minutes left.
I'm just a little curious. Honest to God, is everybody here like a full-blown James Bond fan, or you just kind of seen stuff in the recent era?
Oh, I like James Bond, but I'm not Kalinowski. I like James Bond, but I'm not Kalinowski.
I don't study it the way Kalinowski does, but that's how me and my dad used to bond. No pun intended. I've genuinely seen all the Bond films like 5-6 times. I just don't have a desire to memorize facts that way. So that's where that comes from for me, is Live and Let Die for sure. But there's so many that like I get people are like slave to the moment, and Skyfall's fucking amazing. But if you look at some of those classic like Connery and Moore shit, I know it is a little dated, but like fuck, man.
Goldfinger's up there.
Was my shit.
Goldfinger's incredible.
Yeah, Goldfinger's great.
Even though I missed a Bond question in my match, I've seen almost all of the Bond films. I can't remember any of them, but
that's why I love Goldeneye. Xenia Onatopp is one of the best Bond girls / Bond villains that can literally kill you while she's having sex with you.
Frank K.
Famke Janssen.
Frank K. Janssen, who played Jean Grey.
Yeah,
she's great.
Alan Renshaw, what do you guys think about Lucasfilm commenting recently, insinuating that Ludacris, not Lucasfilm. What?
Same.
It says Ludak Fist, so he just mispronounced it. So I got them confused. Recently insinuated that Fast 9 will go to space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's headed there. It's headed like.
Of course it is.
Everyone knew it.
They're about to swing around a mountain. Why are we surprised by this?
They're gonna drop a car out of a space shuttle. You know it.
You would think that they would save it for 10.
Yeah, like I'm wondering,
point,
like, because I do salute Fast 9 for being the first film to be like, nope, we're next year, like right off the bat, like, nope, next May or March or
they had
whenever.
Some inside info.
Yeah, seriously, like Vin Diesel was like, no.
I know Coronas.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I know
Coronas. He's got a lab like that he goes to. It's a bit. He's like super intelligent, but like outside of it, he's like, yeah, whatever, it's cool. But inside, he's like, well, the fracture to 3/4 of this, and the X over the Y. And he was like, what? He's like, push it a year.
Alex Bat. Hey guys, Alex from Sydney here. My movies are Jurassic Park, Guardians of the Galaxy, Jaws, and Back to the Future. I've watched these movies over and over again, and I still find new elements to appreciate every time. Gotta have the special features as well. I think Jurassic Park might be on my Desert Island as well. That's a favorite.
I wish I loved it as much as you guys do. I think it's a fun film, but I don't have the effect on the film that other people do. You guys like what? Winston, Roxy, Brett, do you guys love it too? Like love Jurassic Park like crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get honestly. I saw Jurassic Park so late in life, like I could genuinely give two shits. And I've also no, I mean,
I didn't go that far.
I'm being real. I'm just being honest with you.
You are being real.
Jurassic Park is a phenomenal movie. The rest of them are all okay, but I also don't really give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about dinosaurs. So like, I can acknowledge the cultural relevance. I can acknowledge how good of a film that first one was, but it just doesn't tickle my pickle, man.
All right. I think we can leave it at that.
You're wrong, but okay.
If it doesn't tickle Winston's pickle.
No.
I'm joking.
No.
I love
not
leaving
you.
it.
Brett, you're good. You're good. Thank you for going on the joke. I'm saying someone calling me wrong about that. That's fine. You can like what the fuck you like. Unless you want to come to me and talk about how Rush Hour is one of the greatest comedies of all time, you can sit down and shut the fuck up. It's my opinion. It is what it is. So
it is.
No one's arguing about Rush Hour. Everyone loves Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour.
No, I get it.
Never trust a black man's radio, man.
You never touch a black man's radio, boy.
Michael Scott said that, yeah. Solid Amber, other than water, Roxy, what drink or cocktail are you bringing to your desert island?
Two comic book movies you'd want on the desert island. Winston can't pick Black Panther. Rocha can't pick Logan. Brett can't pick Guardians. Roxy has to take Doctor Strange. I'm kidding. Mine are Kick-Ass and Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, wow. No MCU. Very nice. Cool. I like it.
So no MCU?
Yeah.
So that's no,
like they did. He picked Kick-Ass and Scott Pilgrim. So what are your two comic book movies you take to the island?
I'm taking
Steel
Scott.
And Dark. Go ahead, Roy Winston.
I was gonna say, damn, I forgot about Dark Knight. But I'm gonna go Scott Pilgrim and Winter Soldier.
Okay. Shit, Winter Soldier. Fuck.
I'm gonna go Blade.
I'm
gonna go Blade, and I'll pick something else in Winter Soldier because Winston picked it.
Dark Knight's a good choice though, Rocha.
Three-pointer. Who directed the first Blade?
I did.
David S. Goyer.
Oh, but anyway, go ahead.
Did he not?
Isn't it F?
It's Norrington.
It's S?
Oh, Goyer wrote it, right?
Yeah, Goyer wrote it.
Wrote it. Damn it. I thought he directed it too. I thought maybe I'm wrong.
And that, Mr. Goddard, is why you failed.
I'll probably take Kick-Ass and Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Dark Knight.
Good choices, man. Good choices.
Probably Infinity War and Dark Knight.
That's good.
I'll do Dark Knight and Scott Pilgrim.
Well, I already said I would take Endgame, so I kind of have to stick to that, right? So I would take Endgame and Man of Steel.
I mean, you create the rules. You literally host the show. You don't have to stick to anything you don't want to.
I don't. All right. I think. All right. Fine. I'll take Dark Knight.
Yes, Roxy.
And,
yes.
I'll take Dark Knight and Man of Steel then. I love
I like that you said it out loud. You thought you had to stick with it.
After seeing that, did you guys see that Nickelback trailer for Batman Begins?
Yes.
I was going on Twitter. It's the best thing ever. So I'll take Batman Begins and that trailer because it's amazing. It's so not what Batman Begins is. They made it look like a CW rom-com.
That's so real good. Though, right? That's real?
That was a real TV spot they played.
I don't
the 2000s were trash, man.
Nickelback owned everything. Daredevil, Spider-Man, Batman.
No, Daredevil. No, Daredevil was Effervescence. Come on now. No, you're gonna make. No, you're.
You mean Evanescence?
You know what the fuck I meant.
No, they had a song on the Daredevil soundtrack too. Okay, so another desert island question. Other than water, what do you drink or cocktail are you bringing with you on the island? Pacificos all day for me.
OJ.
Yeah,
I'm bringing a tiki drink. If I'm on a desert island, I'm bringing like a Mai Tai or a pina colada. Like,
either an old fashioned or a Cosmo. I'm either gonna be manly as hell or I'm gonna be a basic bitch. Either way, I'm gonna be happy.
Moscow Mule.
Oh, Moscow Mule's good.
What about you, Rocha?
What's the question again?
What drink are you bringing to the island?
Pina colada, man.
Well, now you can't take it back.
If I'm going to an island, pina colada.
Will you take it back, Roxy?
No, I said Rocha can't take it back.
Yeah, I said it out loud. I can't
said it. That's what you have to bring.
Christian Alante. Hey, Winston, how are you liking Legend of Korra so far? Also, Rocha, I recommend to save for the PS5 because it will be backwards compatible with the PS4 games.
Nice.
I can wait till December, and it's gonna be like $900,000.
That's also true. That's
and
also
it's gonna be
true.
sold out.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a Switch. Those are all real concerns, especially if we're going back into quarantine. They definitely might be sold out. But I like Korra so far. I'm not moving at the same pace as Avatar. I think partially, and this is my own fault, I'm a little burnt out right now on all of the bending universe. So I hate that I'm about to waste this free week trial. So I'm gonna have to find some energy to finish it quickly.
Yeah. Show Night 323. Morning crew. For me, the 4 movies for Desert Island would be A Bronx Tale, Goodfellas, White Man Can't Jump, and Bachelor Party. Shout out to all the reaction shows out there getting nothing but love to everyone. Happy birthday, Rocks. Hashtag Bandit Brigade. Hashtag Den for Life.
Bachelor Party.
Yo,
remember that one?
I think.
I just remembered. Maybe I need to throw Hot Tub Time Machine in as one of my movies. Dude, I love that movie so much.
Just the running joke of when Crispin Glover is going to lose his arm is so funny.
Dude, the literally what stole me is the trailer of it's like it's some sort of Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, where's Craig Robinson lately? Like he had like so many good. Like he's so damn funny. I haven't seen him in a while.
Maybe
JJ Windward. Hey guys, I recently began talking to someone and we decided to have a picnic while maintaining social distance.
Hey.
At the end of the day, I decided to hell with it and went for a hug. She crumbled in my arms. She was cake. What? Why is everything cake now?
Yeah, what's the cake thing?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's pretty funny. That's almost as good as if it had ended with she crumbled into a cake, and inside the cake was a sign that said "Subscribe to the meeting of podcast."
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
That one, and I liked it.
That was really funny.
Craig Robinson was on What We Do in the Shadows this season. 2 episodes of it.
Oh, that's cool.
He is still
I did see him. Like, that's such a funny show.
Yeah.
Charlotte Attenborough, imagine you're plotting your escape from prison. Which Schmodown competitors do you ask to help you escape?
Definitely me.
Actually, was going to say
Tom
Roxy.
Dagnino.
You probably need Tom.
Yeah,
he's sneaky as fuck, that Tom.
probably Fife.
And Andrew Guy.
What, to charm the guards?
No, to be a distraction.
Okay.
Andrew Guy.
My distraction is Rocha. My distraction guy is Rocha for sure.
Over here!
Hey guys, over here! You want to hear about Cinema Paradiso Director's Cut?
5-pointer Composer Paradiso! Damn it!
Kaiser.
Okay.
Kaiser, absolutely.
Oh,
Ooh.
I feel like he has escaped prison. Kaiser actually escaped prison with Dagnino.
I got it. Jesus, what did I already say? Andrew Guy, Kaiser, and Robert Parker, because the dude is like this big, so he can get through any ventilation shaft and shit. He can do magic tricks, so Lord knows he could probably hide the fucking keys that he steals and shit. I think that's my 3.
I think Bateman would be good because he's got that like he'd get the prison tattooed on his body like Prison Break. Like he would get himself arrested to break you out. And
the problem is with Ben though, it would take a year before he was willing to go.
Only 60 days. Remember what he said about interviewing? That's right. Only 60 days.
That's fair.
I think Dagnino's the reason you're in prison. So I don't know if I'd pick him.
That's a good point.
Dagnino's definitely like bringing you along, and then you're gonna be the distraction, and you get caught while he gets away.
I think my choice is one person. That's Grace Hancock, because I would love to see them try to stop her breaking me out of prison.
Dude, that's a good point.
But I would just go, you know what? Take him. I'm cool. Grace Hancock's my only choice.
Michael Rhett Dingus, Brett Almost Heroes with Matthew Perry, hilarious.
Oh, that's what it was.
Almost
That's what it was.
Heroes.
The Wagons East or Wagons West or whatever that was. John Candy's.
Oh,
my
bad.
Eric Lane, happy birthday to Roxy. Shout out to the crew, John, Ben, Winston, Brett, and RB3. One of the funniest scenes of all time is Boomerang at the family dinner with John Witherspoon and his mushroom suit. It still kills me.
Fuck, you're right. God damn.
John Witherspoon is just a godsend.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace for sure.
Sugar Gum.
Such a good movie.
Have you guys watched any other Bong Joon-ho movies besides Parasite? I just watched Memoirs of Murder, and it's incredible. Hey, Roxy.
Didn't he
Memoirs
do
of Murder? Mother's good.
Yeah, love Snowpiercer.
The Host is good too.
The Host is amazing. We actually studied The Host in film school. Okja, though, I say Okja. I love Okja. Nobody really likes Okja, but I love that movie.
I hate Okja.
I didn't mind Okja.
It's so...
Jake Gyllenhaal was having a lot of fun. Tongue Punch Fart Box. Anybody see that Smokey Robinson Crack is Whack song? I thought it was a deep fake, but I think it's real and fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
What
oh my
is this?
God. Look this up. Look up Smokey Robinson Crack is Whack. It's incredible. This is a real song he put out. New? It's brand new. He put it out within the last week or two. Please look this up and try not to die.
You'd really think it's like a joke or a parody or something, but like it's real. It's real. Like
I've queued it up. I'm watching this thing.
Okay.
All right.
I got one more super chat. Wiley Henry. Okay. Once again, there is a director's cut to every Ridley Scott film, even Legend. True. Love to see a director's cut. If that equals more Tim Curry as the devil, I'm all in.
That's true. That's a very good point.
All right. That is it, guys. Thank you, everyone, for all the donations. Rocha, take us out.
All right. Thank you so much for watching this episode of SEN Live. You know, it's our joy to bring joy to you, and hopefully we did that. Hopefully we made you laugh. Hopefully we made you fall back in love with movies. Hopefully we did something to brighten your day, you know, and it's tough out there for a lot of us, but we are doing our part to try to bring you some joy, so hopefully that happened. Thank you to RB3. Thank you to Brett Sheridan. Thank you, my man, Winston Marshall. Thank you to Ben Goddard, and thank you to the lovely and beautiful and talented and brilliant Roxy Striar, who just celebrated her birthday. Give her some love there. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the Meaning Of podcast and subscribe to the channel down below as well, and also give us some love overall here on the SEN network. Like and share this video.
RB3, cut the music real quick. Cut the music. I got it.
Oh yeah,
real quick, guys. I forgot to do this. David B. All of the Schmodown songs, we all went original David B. music. Guys, we finally have those available for purchase. They're in the description below. Go support David B. Go support the Schmodown. He created all the faction theme songs. You guys have been wanting to purchase them for a long time. We finally have the link for you. They finally are up in the store. We're slowly going to get more music, more t-shirts back in the Skybound stuff, and the Skybound Expo this weekend, Saturday, 3:30. We've got the Robert Parker Chance Ellison match, and on Sunday we got a special episode of SEN Live on the Skybound channel at 11 a.m. So make sure you guys are supporting our amazing partners who have let us do these kind of things, like David B. creating the music, us being able to travel around once we can, doing these live events, doing these tournaments with this production crew. Wouldn't be possible without Skybound. Absolutely. So make sure you guys check out the expo this weekend. Click the link below for the David B. music. Go support him. He created all the faction themes, and they're all amazing. Sorry to interrupt everything.
No.
I saw that plug. I forgot to plug that because it deserves all the plugs, because David B is an awesome person and an even better musician somehow. So yeah, Skybound Expo this weekend, guys. Saturday, 3:30, Robert Parker vs. Chance Ellison. And Sunday is 11 a.m. SEN Live special episode. So go check both those out and go click that link below for David B's music.
don't forget, today at 12:30, Schmoedown Backstage, the Christian man himself, Christian Harloff, is coming on the show to talk about Guy and Kalinowski, who are both coming on the show, going to decide what's going to happen with that number one contender match versus Ben Bateman. So join us live for that in about 25 minutes. It's going to be a hell of a thing. You don't want to miss it. All right, take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning for another brand new episode of SEN Live.